It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary.
Good afternoon to you once again. Good evening to you, and good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Facebook, YouTube, Maiyegun diary.
One true emperor. I truly salute, sir.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers all over the world, including myself. You're welcome.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
So let's start this way. Somebody phoned in into a program that Peter Obi was the guest. And that caller called from northern Nigeria. The question and the answer. Let's start with that.
0700 903 903 903. Voice of People 1.3. Hello, how are you?
Good morning. I'm greeting Mr. Obi.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm one of the concerned northerners. I come from North, and we have a question, and I'm very happy that my call went through this morning.
Thank you.
Yes, our concern is that, Peter Obi, what we are late, and I want you to just clarify something for us, that you have never in one time condemned the activity of IPOP. You have never condemned them, and sometimes if you are even speaking like you are trying to, justify their activities. So I just want you to come out and categorically tell us your position on IPOP.
Whoever tells you that is not telling you the truth. What I've always said is this, and I maintain that. One is that I've watched killings in the East and everything, and that you cannot kill or do wrong things because you agitate. It is wrong, it's criminal. Any day, any time, I condemn it. On any form of, you cannot say you are agitating and you're killing people. It is unacceptable. It is not acceptable. If you want to do what I'm saying, that when people talk about agitation, it is a different thing. We can deal with all those things by dialogue. Today, if Peter Obi is president, I can tell you, our dialogue with all agitators. This is the normal thing in a normal society, in a democratic society. But I will not discuss with criminals. If you kill or kidnap or maim people, we will deal with you decisively. And I've done it in Anambra as the governor. I dialogue with those who needs to be dialogued, and I dealt with those who needs to be dealt with. Go and check it in Anambra State. When I came kidnapping, everything was everywhere, and I dealt with it head on. That's how it is done. You don't go and mix, say, a Sunday who is talking about agitation. You can call him.
That's the part. I know. If you want to watch the full video, just search for, Seni Rufai is the interviewer. But there's more. Partly is right, though politicians will say anything and everything in this season just to convince you that they have plans. But there's another thing he said, just before we get fully into this. Peter Obi, he was talking about restructuring. And I think this is the part. Hang on.
I don't want to, for me, Father Mbaka is an ordained priest.
That's for the Father Mbaka. I want to share that part of restructuring.
Two, I don't want to make comment about other presidents.
Right.
Will you take it back to the former old regional system where the center doesn't have power and it's about the regions?
No. When you talk about restructure, you're talking about state police. Yes. We need state police.
So the first thing you do, you tell the National Assembly you need state police, right?
Not just that I need state police. Every governor will be in charge of his police, even the national one. If we take a police commissioner in the state, the governor will be in charge. If he doesn't want the police commissioner, he will go. That has been done in Nigeria before. It's not going to start now. Under Obasanjo and Yaradua, I was able to change my police commissioners.
So restructuring in the sense of funds allocation, would you allow states control their resources? Like if there's oil under my ground.
You see, this thing has to be gradual. Yeah. Of course. I said I moved Nigeria from, remember I said I moved it from sharing formula to production formula. They're not going to be done overnight. There are things that will be gradual. There are things you can do immediate. There's no reason why a state governor should not be in charge of security and holding responsible. Even if you're going to give him federal police and he has state police, a combination of two of them, because security is very, very critical. We must secure the country.
Okay, so
and it will be immediate.
Because I'm straight.
Restructuring, and he narrowed it down to security And then when he was asked about resources, like, would you let people, regions control their resources? He gave a brilliant answer when he said it's going to be gradual. That is politicians for you. Maybe it is too early, right, to judge, especially somebody now who is now talking about it. People said they are tired of what the current Nigeria has become, that has exposed the indigenous people to different arms, different attacks, economical and terrorist attack. And they couldn't do anything because they are part of Nigeria. At this point, people are now like, no, we are done. We don't want to be part of this anymore. No, we will never be part of this anymore. So politicians, the ones from PDP, APC, they are preaching unity. They are preaching money. We'll give you money. Don't worry. You'll be fine. We'll give you food. But somehow, one of them has been able to come out, apart from Omo Yellow, who outlined what he believed could still bring back the Yorubas who want to do a republic and the Biafrans who want a Biafra. He said, get rid of this system first. And then you can have an opportunity of having a conversation, a dialogue, Showore said. But with these criminals who are the owners of Nigeria, it will never happen. Now, look at Peter Obi. To him, he believes that, well, it will be gradual, right? But that gradual, that time, is what politicians want you to give, in which, like I said, it may be too early to judge him. You can give him a few more times, and then you can scrutinize whatever he has as his own plan on restructuring, as he mentioned it, and regionalism, as it was asked. But why are people interested in living? Why, especially the Yorubas? Why are they interested? At least Tinubu is there. Why can't they just rally around Tinubu and get presidency? It is not about who is in the political office. It is what they have done to us, even when they are holding those political offices, right? Yorubas are still in charge of Yorubaland as we speak. Well, this is one of the reasons why Yorubas want to leave. We want to go.
Jáde life bàbá English burúkú tí sọ́jà bá débẹ̀ kò lè dúró. Àwọn yẹn sọ yí pé àwọn yẹn wà kí wọ́n sá tí sọ́jà bá débẹ̀ sẹ́ kò lè dúró. Wọ́n gbé English jáde normal. Ọlọ́run ló sá save èmi gan níbẹ̀ yẹn tá fi rescue ẹni tó wà nílẹ̀ yẹn ẹni yẹn ò lè mímọ́ gan. So wá sá gbé sí àárín machine wọ́n gbé lọ sí hospital kan ní Otu. So àwọn machine kọ̀ọ̀kan wà nílẹ̀ tẹ́ pé àrígbé pé àṣà wà ní kásá rescue àwọn èèyàn náà. Ìgbà tí a sún sísàlẹ̀ náà díẹ̀ a ti rí ìkànnú àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n ti lé débẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣe léṣe pa àwọn kíkì machine ni. So wọ́n ti bó gan tí wọ́n ti sá gbogbo ojú ẹ̀ bàjẹ́ báyìí wọ́n ti sàbàjẹ́ àṣà try a rescue ẹnìyẹn. Táyẹn bá rí fídíò yẹn lórí WhatsApp fídíò ẹnìyẹn ni mo kọ́kọ́ ṣe first tọ́lẹ́ni tó wà lẹ́yìn tí bá ní kọ́kọ́ ṣe fídíò rẹ̀ yókù mi ní ilé attempt kankan lẹ́yìn pé ká gbé kó mẹ́ẹ̀. So bí mo sá ṣe rescue ẹnìyẹn mo sá sáré ṣe fídíò pé kọ́ máa gbé ẹnìyẹn náà lọ síbi wọ́n gbé ẹni aláwọ̀kọ́ yẹn lọ ní Ọ̀ṣun bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni. So ìgbà tí a wá kúrò láàrin yẹn even ihun tọ́lọ́run padà fi yọ àwa tó wọ́n padà camp àwa tá a safe àwọn yẹn padà camp wa síbẹ̀. Àwọn tí mo lè pé wọ́n camp wa gan tó àwọn kan ti lọ sí ọ̀nà ẹnugbọ́ tí wọ́n ti lé àwọn yẹn lọ wọ́n tó 100 pẹ̀lú ammunition lọ́wọ́ ìbọn ọ̀pá àdá ọfà pẹ̀lú òkò gidi pẹ̀lú àáké. So wọ́n ti camp wa so asa try láti penetrate. So ihun tọ́lọ́run tó wá fi save wa ni pé àwọn OPC àtàwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn àwọn kan ti pè wọ́n láàrin wa pé tọ̀ àwọn tó wà ní tòsí mẹ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n dé làwọn tó ráyè kó láàrin yẹn Ọlọ́run fi save ẹ̀mí tiwa gan ó lágbára. So nígbà tí a wá kúrò ní ibẹ̀ yẹn a ní láti lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n wà ní Òtù tí wọ́n gbé lọ sí hospital. Ìgbà tá a débẹ̀ a bá wọn lóòótọ́ wọ́n ti ń tọ́jú wọn. Àwọn tí wọ́n wá gbé wọn lọ àwọn ta ní kó fi máa sì gbé wọn lọ tí wọ́n dúró tì wọ́n a béèrè wọn pa àwọn nǹkan wọn láwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n arrest wọn. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n arrest ẹni tó gbé yẹn wá sí hospital kí ló dé a ní láti lọ sí station. Àwọn yẹn wá tẹ arrest ńkọ́ wọ́n ní àwọn Fúlàní ọ̀gá àwọn Fúlàní pé àwọn wípé àwọn yẹn wá lọ́wọ́ attack àwọn nǹkan fún kíni ṣé ẹ rí àwọn tó ṣe léṣe ni ẹ rí Fúlàní tẹ lè mú pé Fúlàní lọ́ọ́ bá yé Yorùbá jẹ́ báyìí Yorùbá dẹ̀ lẹ́yìn náà tẹ́ ń dẹ̀ ń sọ wọ́n ní àwọn fẹ́ béèrè bọ́rọ̀ sí jẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn ni nǹkan.
Apologies to my viewers who don't understand Yoruba. I will try my best to interpret what that young man reported there. That happened in Okeogun, in Yorubaland, when hundreds, as They reported hundreds of these Fulani terrorists with different kinds of guns. That's the kind it's called the English guns. And they attacked their community, Okeogun. When the young people regrouped and decided to go back and go after them, yeah, they got faced with even stronger firearms in that same forest in Okeogun. Many of them sustained injuries. Those who were trying to escape in the first attack, who still got attacked, macheted, and then butchered like anything. So they managed to take some of them to the hospitals for treatment. And while they were back in their community, again to regroup, all right? Oh, hang on. While they returned back to the hospital to check on those who were wounded, they said that the Nigerian police, they have arrested those who brought them. That is, the people who brought the injured. According to him, when these Fulani terrorists surrounded them, at some point, yeah, some OPC members, Amotekun members, some of them alerted the OPC and Amotekun, and they joined them. When they joined them, they were able to help the community to repel the terrorists back into the forest. Now, after escaping from there, they decided to visit the injured in the hospital. When they got there, they said the police came and they've arrested those who brought the injured. Why? They said the leaders of the Fulanis in Okeogun and some other part of Yorubaland, that they called the authority and accused the people of Okeogun, the young people there, staging an attack on the Fulanis in the forest. Ridiculous, isn't it? That's exactly what people are facing. This is the reality that if you see any young person or old person telling you that Yorubas are going, this is just one of them. So when people ask that we should be able to, we should protect ourselves, not that we are so incapable of protecting ourselves, but protecting ourselves against the marauders is against the settings of or the arrangement of the people in power in Nigeria, the government. That is why that reporter was saying that they were shocked that we are the people from Okeogun. Our community got attacked. You have seen those injured. You can see them here in the hospital. Then the people who attacked us in our community reported us to you, and you came here to arrest those who brought the injured. Are you not a Yoruba man? And they said, well, we just wanted to question them, to ask them what happened. Number one, the police didn't come to protect the community. The military didn't come to protect the community. Nobody really came until when an SOS call was placed to Amotekun. And the same Amotekun, in the face of Nigeria law, they are not different from Olopa. We're talking about policemen who work with sticks. And this is a body set up by law in Yorubaland. All Yoruba states agreed to set up this security outfit. And the reason why they set them up was to tackle the increasing Fulani terrorism in Yorubaland. Most of these terrorists don't even speak English. They said, those who have come across them said, these terrorists speak French. Nigeria don't speak French. But the terrorists terrorizing our people in the forest, majority of them, who are all from this Sahel, as we have been told, brought in and welcomed by those who are the local ones, who are the Fulanis, who have been in Nigeria for a while. Now, it is now the collaboration of, or let me say, the nest of terrorism. So we said, let's set up a security outfit since they have already overwhelmed, or the Nigerian security outfit have been compromised. If you go after, if your community is attacked, yeah, in the middle of the night, during the day, if you are attacked, if the young people in that community come together, harm themselves, and decide to go after their assailant, the terrorist, when they are regrouping and regrouping, that is the moment the military will show up, the police will show up, and they will start arresting the people who just got attacked. They will start arresting them. That is their own way of dousing the tension. So the terrorists are just back there in the forest, waiting for the next time to strike. So this is why people are like, how can we continue to be part of this Amotekun that you set up? That they said Amotekun cannot carry ammunition. The Nigerian military is, by their law, allowed to carry automatic rifles, AK-47 rifles, by law. As a citizen or any paramilitary and others, you are not allowed to carry that. I think their policemen are also allowed to carry the same thing. They should have the people they are allowed to carry all those automatic rifles. You know what I mean? But the terrorists who need no law or clearance from anybody, they have RPG. Terrorists in Nigeria, Fulani terrorists, and all this gang of terrorists who have enveloped Nigeria today. These guys have the capacity to shoot down military fighter jets. Can you believe that? Yes, they have the capacity. At a point, they had the capacity, and they had this, surface to air rocket launch and all that they could use to shoot down Boko Haram. When they saw that it was a security threat for him, what did they do? Boko Haram's government had to go and pay the terrorists in order to buy back the weapon from the terrorists. That's how armed they are. Now, the Yorubas who have come under attack for years now, and their media continue to downplay it. We are not allowed to even harm the legally constituted security outfits. So when they asked Peter Obi about restructuring, I'm going to replay that because I want to hold him word for word going forward, right? We're not allowed to arm ourselves, and if you ever try to fight back, you will be arrested and you will be treated as a terrorist. And guess what? The terrorists themselves, they are just free to do whatever they like. Yeah, they do whatever they like whenever they like. So Peter Obi on restructuring.
Will you take it back to the former old regional system where the center doesn't have power and it's about the regions?
No. When you talk about restructure, you're talking about state police. Yes. We need state police.
So the first thing you do, you tell the National Assembly you need state police, right?
Not just that I need state police. Every governor will be in charge of his police, even the national one. If we take a police commissioner in the state, the governor will be in charge. If he doesn't want the police commissioner, he will go. That has been done in Nigeria before. It's not going to start now. Under Obasanjo and Yaradua, I was able to change my police commissioners.
So, restructuring in the sense of funds allocation, would you allow states control their resources? Like if there's oil under my ground.
You see, this thing has to be gradual. Yeah. Of course. I said I moved Nigeria from, remember I said I moved it from sharing formula to production formula. They're not going to be done overnight. There are things that will be gradual. There are things you can do immediate. There's no reason why a state governor should not be in charge of security and holding responsible. Even if you're going to give him federal police and he has state police, a combination of two of them, because security is very...
There's nothing you can do without security. For many of you who probably don't even understand what an election should be, you should all be asking yourselves that what is it that you want to take from the election? Normally, if we have an election here in the UK, we'll be having we have to discuss what is it that you want out of this election cycle, right? And then you begin to look for the candidate, the political party that aligns with that your own wish. But in Nigeria, it is money, and money. And that is why we call it a pure waste of time. Do you know why Peter Obi will be everywhere, talking to everyone and all of that? And indeed, it is a movement right now, we can say. Is because it would have to do times 10 of what the likes of Tifnumbu and Co will need to do to even manage to be able to even get a significant vote to show that, oh yeah, for the effort. Because for all the talks, which should have been the base for any election, but in Nigeria, that is not it. It's about money, isn't it? So I would have want to actually look into what does Tifnumbu have when it comes to the same question: restructuring, state police, regional system of government. How do you deal with the people who are fed up with the system? And in a democracy, should they be killed and gunned down? Of course, I think I will know the answer from the likes of Tifnumbu. I mean, you saw what happened at Lekki Toll Gate. All the same will happen again and again, which is once you choose your poison, right? You just have to wait and die your slow death, and you can't complain, or they can bring it so quick and faster for you. That's exactly the logic of the likes of Tifnumbu. Unfortunately, many of you are going to be the victims. Their victim are currently jumping up, comparing your oppressors and your elections. No substance, no nothing. What is it all about? It is all about Emilokon, isn't it? Nigeria is a falsely and fraudulently forced together contraption, something that it's never in your own interest, like I say all the time. If you have a chance of scrutinizing those who are going to be promising you heaven and earth this day, I bet most of you will be asking them about how are you going to give us jobs? How are you going to do? I mean, we want jobs, we want food, we want this and that. You are likely never going to be able to ask them to explain how are they going to even a bit of what they will be promising you. Same thing with Peter Obi. It's an excellent, guest. If you have him on your platform where you can talk about numbers and throw numbers and around, and he's complete gentleman, you say, but you'll be deluding yourselves if you think that is actually what it's going to take to turn around a system. Listen, a system that is rigged enough that today you are battling yourselves to choose between octogenarians and septuagenarians, demented, senile men, people who have nothing much else to offer you in your life, and that is that. I mean, that's to tell you that they will get it seamlessly because it is a rigged system. Unfortunately, and that's why we opted out and said, well, voters' apathy, staying out of the old charade, is in fact your right as well. But Peter Obi says something, which is that agitation, something led people to say they don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. And let me tell you something. It is not because of hunger. It is not because of corruption only. There's more. It is primarily when people have discovered that being part of Nigeria is you ignorantly accepting to be a second-class citizen in a supposed place that you should call your own country. A place whereby you have been stereotyped, profiled, and you can only get to wherever you want to get based on who you are and where you come from, and possibly the religion you actually you take. It is a textbook definition of a fraud, a lie. That when they say one Nigeria, you begin to feel like, really? And that is why many of us believe that if the system has pushed us to that point of saying we have been reduced to second-class citizens in a supposed place that should be our own country, to the point that we are being told to learn how to live with our own killers, and right before our eyes, we are watching them trying to use the instrumentality of the state, right, to further segment us and take over what is our own ancestral, lands. All the things that really connects us to who we are being chased out of those places, and they are using their law, their one Nigeria, one united, their Nigeria, and the rest of that to keep us under this bondage. And in no time, we will lose everything. That's the right thing to say. So people have discovered that. And there are people who don't want to live under that arrangement, but there are still people who want to continue to enjoy under that arrangement. And that is where we have all the mixed up. Because as we speak today, many young people who have disconnected with this system on its own. Many of them today have found Peter Obi. I've said that before. They have found Peter Obi as a bridge, a kind of a bridge for them to bridge all of their own anger over all their oppressors and get to a new world, something that they believe that the sacrifice an election will give to them. So to them, Peter Obi is the light. And some of them will be wondering, why don't you just let us all do this? Some are even saying that Maiyegun is already supporting Peter Obi. I am not as daft as many of you. Listen, and it is not an insult. I'm not as daft and emotionally, an emotional wreck as many of you. I don't follow bandwagon. And the reason why I'm actually talking about this again tonight is because your man was asked a very, very, very important question. And his statement, which will remain here and from here onward, is that, it is wrong. It is so wrong to send soldiers, to send guns, to send DSS after citizens who have disconnected with the way the system is being run. Let me show you something. One of the things that Peter Obi said that kind of explain why people are no longer interested in this frauderia. Even you, who are Peter Obidient, some people are already calling you disobedient and all that, but obedient supporters. You are disconnected with this system. You want to do away with PDP, you want to do away with APC, and you believe that a new Nigeria is possible through your Peter Obi. But Peter Obi understand that there are many people who believe that election is not going to resolve it. They will rather wait and participate in a referendum where they can actually choose if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. But he actually said it better here. Let me show that to you.
Hope in the enterprise called Nigeria. And they think that if they go to another place, it will be better. Nobody has built Nigeria. Nobody has made it work. If people make it work, everybody will be happy. And that's our future. And why am I spending this time with you? I want you people to change it.
Wow. So that means they're looking up to us to make the change.
Yeah. That is really an eye-opener.
This is Michael Stevie. I am...
Sorry, I think I didn't cover the most part of what he actually said there. He was talking about that they know it. Nobody built anything. I mean, nobody built Nigeria. Nobody built the people. Nobody invested in you. You know it. The politicians, people are not asking for too much. When you invest in your people, the people flourish. When the people flourishes, right, then it will show out there in a country, and you can tell, like, wow, when I got to that place, wow, they are, the economy is fine and all of that, but they are what? They are looting everything they can get from you, and they are telling you that you need to be patriotic, you need to be honest, you need to pray for Nigeria, you need to be this and that. And I ask you, it's been 62 years of creation of Nigeria. 62 years. And 3 years out of that used in carrying out ethnic cleansing, a program in Eastern Nigeria, Biafra, where they killed over 5 million people, all to keep this contraption together, right? And in that 62 years, Nigeria has no dependable public general hospital that can meet any standard in any part of the world as at today. 62 years. 62 years. Nigeria as a country and the oil producing country in 62 years cannot refine our own crude oil. They have to rely on importation of their own refined crude. For 62 years of Nigeria existence, yeah, you can still see today not a single university, not a single school in that country, yeah, can say, oh, we will compete with any other Ivy League or whatever all over the world genuinely, because gradually and gradually they destroyed all of that. 62 years, you are still pushing about abandoned Chinese locomotive trains, celebrating them, cutting tapes on them, and guess what? In 62 years, the giant of Africa cannot even defend our own citizens, cannot protect our own citizens. The soldiers are not different from you. The only difference between Nigerian soldiers and yourselves is the gun is carrying. You have to, an average terrorist who have enveloped every part of Nigeria, every one of you, Nasufayo. You know, when you are watching all these Chinese films, right? You know, all this, and then you see hundreds and thousands of Sufayo fighting one man of, you know what I mean? And they just never end. Sufayo, they just butcher them and all of that. Because they keep coming and keep coming. Thank you very much. Sorry, I got something there. One sec. Yeah, it's got a message on it. Can Uzo Maiyegun Peter Obi is a great candidate for hypothetical Nigeria where unicorns exist and there is 24-hour light supply, not in the Boko Haram infested SO. I get that. Where free speech, no day and Fulani rule. 62 years, you have no electricity. 62 years. So now, in 62 years, rather than become a great place, a great country with great people who love the country, who love themselves and all of that, we are now refugees in another country, running away. So if you now ask me, who is patriotic, who is not patriotic? Is it all those your leaders who have been in charge one time or another for 62 years? Okay. Are they the ones who are more patriotic and they bequeath this wrecked and then a wrecked and wretched country to you? Are they the ones that are more patriotic, but you, their citizens, are the ones who are not patriotic? Or what happened? Someone somewhere, some people somewhere have been unpatriotic. Look at the Nigeria they gave to you for 62 years. Divided, broken, broke, poor, depressed, recessed. What else can I use? What other adjective can I use? 62 years. Look at that sorry state of a country. So are you the one who is patriotic or are you the one who is not patriotic? So now, when the citizen says we are done with this false arrangements, what do? You dialogue with them. That is what Peter Obi said. You don't shoot them. You don't kill them. If I've said that to myself, I said, we have seen the government of Nigeria became or unleashed violence on people who says we are done, give us referendum, we are not interested in Nigeria again, we want Biafra, we want to do a nation, we are done with this. Even those of you who said you end SARS, end this, end that, you are dancing there for 21 days. So what did they do to you? They brought out their guns. And it is meant to be a democracy. These are the people who are saying, no, we don't want this. Don't treat us like that. This Nigeria, this is our country. Even today, when you go about, you say, this is my country. Nobody is more Nigerian than the other. Oyinbo so ask those who have who did that during NSAS. They said that nobody can intimidate us. This is our country. Nobody is more Nigeria than more Nigeria. They said this and that. But it's meant to be a democracy where people say, no, we don't want this anymore. We want Yoruba Nation. We want Biafra. That does not mean that you should kill them. But Nigerian government unleashed violence on them. We saw that. They massacred. They killed and they kidnapped they kidnapped thousands. Thousands are still languishing in different of their jails all over Nigeria today, simply because they came out to express their displeasure with the system. So Peter Obi said, in a normal place, you have to dialogue with them. But if you see any of them or anybody committing crime in the name of that struggle, you should not mix it up. But because Nigeria is a crime scene, Nigeria government and the criminals in government in Nigeria, they need an excuse to kill you. Even though you are the one who is still going to carry placard, carry banner, carry this and that, campaigning for them. When they get the power, and they begin to trample upon you, and you want to complain, then they send the military, send the police after you, they brutalize you, dehumanize you, and then, oh no, then you come out and be like, God, why? I mean, I'm just saying, you dialogue. If people commit crime, deal with that. People can choose to protest from January to December. Yes, there are people that can do that on different causes. But in Nigeria today, the easiest way to get killed is to stand up and say something is wrong in this society. In Nigeria today, you'll get killed. So 62 years. Now, what do you have to show for it? How old are you? If you are just 25, 23, or 20, or 20, or 30, even if you are just 30 years old, who told you that, or who is deceiving you? That to make Nigeria great is your responsibility. It is not your responsibility to make Nigeria great, because the owners of Nigeria don't want Nigeria to be great. And it's sad that many of you will find out later. I know many of you have been, you have been sort of, you've been called out enough to say, yeah, you have challenged us. We are the obedient and we will do whatever you know what I mean? We caught one of their meetings in Calabar today that somebody shared. One of the meetings of the Obidient in Calabar, just briefly.
For those of you that said there is no structure for Labour Party, this is the structure for Labour Party. The Nigerian youths and Nigerians are the structure. So if you have not joined the movement...
So nobody say we know the seal now, but it is also part of the experiment. Maybe now at the same time, everybody will just realize and come to that reality, and then maybe you'll be more angrier because they know right now that you are angry. Oh, Nigerian youths are angry. Nigerian youths are angry. At the same time, Nigerian youths are hungry. Kolu returned today. Take a look at these pictures, right? Kolu returned today. And before I even do that, okay, which one should come first? Okay, I think it's this. Listen to this. You may not understand the Yoruba very much, okay? These kids, their own mother got killed during the Owo attack. Yeah, I'm so happy today that after this video came out, there have been so many people who have responded. And in fact, they've offered to help the children, right? Because they are now orphan. The terrorists who killed over 100 people inside our church, they have left the trauma. Well, let me say they have left the families of the victims with the trauma that will likely never leave them. But just for a moment, before I show you that, yes, Nigerian youths are angry. At the same time, they are hungry. But first, this.
Presently at the where? Where in FMC?
Mortuary inside of Express.
Okay. And where is your dad?
My dad is dead already.
When?
16.
December
12, 2016.
Your father died?
Yes.
And who has been taking care of you?
My mom.
And what was she doing?
She's selling goods like provision.
Okay.
She's selling provision. So, àtìgbà yẹn ṣá dáàdì ṣá mọ́ èmi ṣá ń struggle láti ràn wá lọ́wọ́. And then ìgbà tí wọ́n ti kú báyìí kò sẹ́ni bọ́dì tó máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ mọ́. Àwọn ló tọ́ wa lọ school, àwọn ló tọ́ wa bóun lọ school. So àtìgbà yẹn kò sí ìkọ̀kọ̀. Ìgbà tí báyìí ti kú báyìí kò sẹ́ni bọ́dì tó máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Àyè bàbá àyèyàwó.
It's just, I don't mean to upset you, any one of you right now. I don't mean to upset you. I'm just trying to let you just see a little bit of what losing one person in your family into the cold arm of terrorists that just gunned them down in their prime. And then think about the damages that is going to do on their family members that are going to survive them. And that is why I always say, may Nigeria not happen to you. Even you that want one Nigeria. I don't wish some things on my own enemies at all. Like you can say, oh, enemy, okay, no. You can't wish some certain things, not even on your enemies. Those children will receive the help they need. In fact, I can tell you this authoritatively, right? That they are in safe hands, and the response, social media, the same social media that APC Egbekegbe is going to ban before the election, because they believe that that is where some of you are getting your nerves from and all of that, and you probably don't really have the strength to chase them away. But I'm just telling you that every story you read, if they tell you that 20 people killed in a place, I want you to just remember that video I just played now. Those people killed, they have families too. They have relatives too. They have dependents too. They have people who rely on them a lot too. And if once they have been taken away, what is going to be the life of those they are going to leave behind? And guess what? There are hundreds of thousands of families who are the survivors of the terrorism acts, the victims of terrorism in Nigeria. So when they kill somebody, sometimes you may not know you have killed 10 other people. And that is why we are saying that you should not wait till it becomes your turn. You should not wait till that happens to somebody close to you before you can begin to see the danger that you are in. Election is not going to save you from that. Not even when those who want you to participate in election are unable to tell you how they are going to keep you safe. And I said something the other day, and I want to repeat it again tonight. So many of you who are jumping up and down, APC, PDP, what else, other party do you have there? Jumping up and down for them, knocking your head on the floor, bragging and doing all of that. I ask you this question tonight, including those of you who are indeed believing that you are doing well today, you are much okay. Now you know what I mean. If something happened to you right now, ask yourselves, how? I mean, do you think your children, your family, do you think they will be able to survive Nigeria in the next 10 years after you are gone? Because some of you don't think, and probably just choose not to. They have made you believe that you have to live for today. Even though you are pretending that you are living for tomorrow, there's no tomorrow left. There's no tomorrow being built by anybody. These rogues they are stealing everything they could steal, and they are destroying everything they can destroy, including family value. Now, if anything happens to you watching me right now, let's even forget it. You don't like me. You are APC, you are PDP. To hell with that, right? Ask yourselves, if something happened to you right now, watching me right now, would your wife survive another 5 years? Would your children survive another 5 years without you? If your answer is something that makes you feel like, man, I don't think so. Do you think that the life you are going to leave behind is going to protect that your daughters, that your sons, when something takes you away right now, like as we are talking right now, if something happens to you, do you think if you have a chance of looking back, your family will survive this Nigeria? If your answer is no, then ask yourself, why do you want to always stay on the side of a system that is there to destroy you? These are the questions I do ask myself, not because I have become the direct fatal victim of their own policies there. There are things that when you look at them, you'll be like, man, what if that was me? What will happen to my children? And you see that those kids were mourning. I told you that your politicians don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn. And many of you actually know that. But somehow, Stockholm syndrome, you are comfortable. Look at those children. They are crying there. That is how the family of over 100 people killed in a war. That's how they have been crying. But in Ibadan, there's a party. Yeah, there's a party there. Celebrating a thief where Olubadan of Ibadan made a famous thief, Gandola Babariga, mobile banking CEO of Kano. The Kano famous thief became Fiwajoye of Ibadan. Just 2 weeks after terrorists from the Sahel invaded the Catholic Church and they murdered over 100 people. Untraced, untraceable. Yeah, that's the situation we have found ourselves. You are watching me tonight, and I pray you'll be able to see me tomorrow as well. Because Nigeria's situation is this. Those who survived yesterday, they are the potential victims of today. All of us who survived today, we are the potential victims for tomorrow. And as it is, everyone is just waiting for his own turn. Not that you have a choice, not that we have a choice. To say, oh, don't come now, come next time. We don't. The only choice you have that is being created for you, Yoruba Nation, Biafra. There are choices that at least gives you hope so that you don't wait for your own turn to die in the hand of a system. That those who want you to be patriotic citizens are far away from being patriotic. These are despicable human beings who have no love for a place they call a country. I mean, who would treat a place they love like that? Have you asked yourself this? Who would treat anything they love at all like all these political office holders, military, and the rest of them, the way they have treated Nigeria and Nigerians? But Stockholm syndrome, which has made the oppressed to love their oppressors. It is so sad because this kind of slavery does not require any physical change. It is psychological. If you say we shouldn't take this, then what do you want us to do? Okay, where do you want us to go? Who do you want us to follow? People conditioned to be ordered around. People battered, beaten, brutalized, psychologically imprisoned, that they can't really think for real. So it's an Herculean task, a serious battle where the oppressed loves and worship their own oppressors. For example, how do you call this? The mega shitty, the mega slum. Lagos. The mega shitty made by Tifnumbu. The number one shitty in the book of the Lagos abobakus. Lagos. No road, no water, no electricity, no medical care, no educational facility, no job. Oh dear. But let us all rise. Kaki baba alagbado. As the people who are going to be eating the agbado, welcome the Asiwaju Awole today. Love thy oppressors as you love thyself. That was him when he was coming down, right? Before the arrival of the Asiwaju outside the airport, where everybody did. Help me, help me, help me. They never sabi. Eje pirigidi ya. Ajenijera o maje. Ajenijera o maje. Ajenijera o maje. Ajenijera o maje. Oniyayin ló máa jẹ ìtọ́jú. Tifnumbu come. Oh boy. When Tinubu become your president, it's going to be MC Oluomo National. Yay. Just imagine that. So here is another one, also on tape. So, but inside the, inside that coastal bus, this is what you have in. And then again, just to show you that, hey, we have a lot of work to do. Yes, the young people are angry. They are also hungry. And they say hungry man is an angry man. And they say, what do they call that thing? What they call the devil's workshop again? But I say, yeah, person we don't get work is the devil's workshop. I don't know. Outside, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, they saw the muke for what is still going to come back and become the renewal of their own slavery. I was just showing you Lagos, because after that, he also went to go and see Oba Lagoon, just another royal touch to the whole thing, which is what you're going to witness a lot of time in this whole charade. Royal fathers, bless us, so Ashe.
tó fún yín lẹ́yìn ayọ̀ yẹn kò ní ní bàjẹ́ èkó ò ṣe pírẹsidẹ́ntì lọ́gbẹ́ ìdájí lórí àṣekí george sọ́dọ̀ àdúrà ọ̀gbẹ́ wọ́n lè ká ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ̀ lórí ọjọ́ kìíní ìtàbí làmọ́ wọn wá lẹ́sàdúrà ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní mádálẹ́ ó wọ́n lè ṣèlérí fún yín pé àwọn ò ní dálẹ̀ wọ́n lè dálẹ̀ náà
ọlọ́run ti gbé yín lékè
àdìmúwálé àti ìdí gómìnà o àti ìdí pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì o aládìlọ dìbò dí ni o ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀bù yẹn ó wà lẹ́ o ẹ bá àwọn ọba àwọn ìlú àwọn aláṣọ funfun àti onífìlà funfun tẹ́lá fẹ́ fìlà funfun lọ́dọ̀ president
So that was his return to his base. I just blocked one weary now. And that weary continued to spam my broadcast. And he said, this my show today is to promote Tifnumbu. You be weary if you are still watching me. Listen, you can say every politician that I bring their issue here to talk about, I am indirectly promoting them. Remember, I just finished promoting Peter Obi. Mokuna, they carry this una madness. Find somewhere where you feel practice them so conveniently. Not on Maiyegun's diary Politico. I'm a Yoruba man who support and will give everything to support the Yoruba Nation agitation. I have done it and I'm still doing it. But there is Maiyegun's diary Politico. There is Yoruba Nation agitators and agitation. I am not one of your agitators. So don't come onto my program and tell me who to talk about or who not to talk about. Do you understand that now? So when I choose to talk about these rogues, right, I pick what I want to talk about them and then I direct that to my own audience. So if you spam my program, trying to make yourself feel better, like, why are you talking about this? If I wake up tomorrow, I can talk about Atifku. If I wake up tomorrow, I can talk about just anyone I wish I want to talk about as what they do concerns what I want to talk about. So I have blocked you. If you resurface again, I will still block you. Do you understand that now? So this is not a Biafra platform. This is not a Oduduwa Republic platform. This is Maiyegun's diary Politico. Don't ever mix it up. And in your own interest, please. Anyway, let's go back a little bit to that Lagos again. The people that are going to always renew the certificate power of their own oppressors as they sing and dance to what is later going to become the gnashing of a teeth, the same political process. Look at them. Guess this one. Good. Look at them. They are the same people whose children, who if they manage, well, let's start with this. These are the same people whose children are currently out of school because the politicians are unable to pay the lecturers. But this is this is political season. Common sense is never going to be common. But guess what? Even those of them who have children who are graduates, jobless, roaming the street right now, they are dancing and singing for the same oppressors. And their children are watching me. Why do you think I talk about them? I talk about them because many of them come back here to listen to me. They abuse me, they do all of that, fine. I always remind them that, see, your choice, every choice you make in this life, you are responsible for it because there will be consequences for them, including elections. elections have consequences. And when I address my own people in Yorubaland, because I know them better, I do. At least to some extent, I do. And that is why I said that when they worship their oppressors and you make them realize the consequences of their own choices, when those consequences begin to play out and happen, you can easily just use them and say, look at this, look at that. If you can end this, if you can put an end to this, you are likely going to be able to end all of your mystery altogether. And that's what Maiyegun's diary Politico does. I wish I could tell people what to do. I just try to make people see that, yes, you have choice. Yes, you are the one who can make all your choices. Yes, nobody can tell you what to do. In fact, I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I'm going to tell you the consequences of what you do. There are some of you, at the end of the day, you turn around and you begin to shout, God, 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 why? God, God, Baba God, I pray to you. You are not dancing for God with Igbale right now. You are not jumping up and down for God with umbrella right now. You are not doing all of that. But when you complete all that mistake, then you come back. Guess what? Every time you continue to make such mistakes, what will happen is that more and more and more and more and more people are going to be tilting towards, we are done. We don't want to be part of this contraption again. The last part of those to fall into that bracket right now are those of you who are the obedient. Some of you know that Nigeria is done for. You know it. Peter Obi is so good not to. Peter Obi is so fine. Peter Obi is so good as a young person. Soros, okay. It is better to waste your. By the time the system happened to you, the Nigeria happened to you, after all that effort, you are going to come back and say, you know what? Forget it. It's not going to happen. And that's where we are. We are there now. And that's why people like me will just be like, you know what? Do you just wait till they talk? Do you just do you? But I just want you to know that when you do you, yeah, there are also consequences. And you cannot point fingers at any other people for the choices you made. So that you don't turn around and start asking me, you're always abusing our leaders, abusing Tinubu. Waiting your papa do. My papa now one of the papa way the likes of Tinubu duped politically. Yes, my papa be one of them. Your papa is one of them. Some of you are, if you want to be honest to yourselves, my papa was a landlord. He had 2 houses in Lagos, big houses. So I'm a landlord myself right now. I'm a landlord paying money where they are paying money on my behalf to Alpha Beta that is collecting all the taxes in Lagos. My papa no be politician. My papa no paste any poster. My papa be like your papa. To some of you, we no get sense, yeah? My papa be like your papa. The everyday hardworking man or everyday hardworking men, women who work day and night for what they eat. And the likes of Tinubu and co, because they were able to put their faces on poster and they told you they will make your life better. They told my papa, your mama, all of them, they duped everybody together. So it is not me to answer that. What did your papa do? Why is your papa not majority? Because if you ask yourself better question, the better question is all the money we then collected from your papa in Lagos. Do you understand? How come they couldn't provide water for you? Ordinary water inside your houses. You just open the tap and get water. You can't get that. You want me to come and answer you why my papa no come fix Lagos for you? No, my papa couldn't fix Lagos. He wasn't a politician. He was like a normal citizen, hardworking, paying his taxes. And his taxes is what gave the Kolu the chance to be able to give you money and do all that. But the bottom line is that there are people who also believe that this same Nigeria, Babu, pata like, just nego do. So they believe that Peter Obi is fine. Peter Obi is going to give it to us. I trust my PVC. Even when they were asking Peter Obi about the people who spoke ill of him, like, What do you say about, Pastor, Reverend, isn't our father, Reverend Father Mbaka?
I don't want to, for me, Father Mbaka is an ordained priest of God. And as a priest, he remains my priest. And I will always respect and show my allegiance to the church. And whatever he says, I take it because he's my father. He's my father in faith. And I respect him any day. And he's my brother. We're very close. That's my own decision. And whenever he says something wrong, I pray over it. If he says something right, I pray over it. So mine is prayers. And whatever he does, I love him. This is me because he's the priest of God.
So despite all of this, you love Father Mbaka?
I don't have any problem with him. Whatever he says, I put it in prayers. If he says, I'm not going to be voted because I don't have money, my prayers is, may God make these people who are collecting money to vote, to see reason why they should not do so. That's prayers. In fact, if I had traveled when he said that, if I was there, I would tell him, since you're seeing this, pray for me to overcome it. Because actually, that's what I tell to every pastor. I meet pastors every day who tell me, Peter, this is going to happen. I said, since you've seen it, let's pray that it doesn't happen. That's why.
Do you get that now? So Peter talks nice. Oh, Peter is nice. He's a gentleman. He's not your everyday politician. Oh, young people. Imagine when the system now comes for Peter without thinking about all of you, the army and everything as you are planning. Yoruba Nation will make sense to you, Abi. You can still want, oh no, we are going to do it again next. Well, it's up to you. But not be everybody go want to do them again. Peter pray for his own enemies. Peter pray for his own critics. Peter doesn't fight, and Peter is the right man. Even though the same of you obedient are praying that Kwakwanso should come to you. Right? I bet that is no longer going to happen. Right? Today, in reaction to the attack on Peter Obi, the Catholic Church of Nigeria, they suspended the Baba Father Mbaka. And today as well, a Catholic church in Kaduna got attacked by terrorists. There's there's an unconfirmed number of people killed. They said about 4 people have been killed, others kidnapped in the same Catholic church in Kaduna today. So today, the announcement of suspension of Father Mbaka did not meet his congregation well. According to them, this is unbelievable. So they protested instead of having to gather together today at the adoration assembly in Enugu. This is what happened in Enugu. Peter Obi talks nice. Peter Obi looks nice. Peter Obi sound nice. So therefore, if you don't like Peter Obi, it's because you don't have an idea of those behind Peter Obi. As it is now, the angry, hungry, desperate, and as they claim, no holds barred, no prisoner keepers and all of that, young people who are following Peter Obi. Adoration Mbaka received the bite.
Kedu ihe o mere n'ikpeazụ anyị ji asị n'ụmụ ọnaga? Onye o mere? Ndị unu na-ahụ ugbu a bụ ndị na-ekpe ekpere na adoration ground n'Umuchi Igbo Ijinike eme ngagharị iwe ugbu a maka mmechi emechiri ekpere na adoration ya bụ mmechi bụ nke bishọp na-achị Enugu Diocese si na ama mkpeze ekpere ọnya bụ ngagharị iwe a unu na-ahụ ugbu a. Gwakena ihe eji na-eme ihe a kịta kwugodu azini ngagharị iwe a na-eme maka ụfọdụ ndị aghọtachara unu anụghị na ndị mmadụ si na obi adịrọ ha mma na emechiri ekpere adoration maka na ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ si n'ebe a ka ha na-abịa anarụ
Wahala no too much. Our mumu no too much. Where's that guy? Our mumu no too much. No more naga, no more naga.
Charlie boy. What is it, Charlie boy? Is our mumu don't too much? Charlie boy, now your mumu not too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise? You are a mumu man. You are a mumu man. And then throw the tear gas if something way bad for issue.
Something very bad we no go reach us, so something no bad reach our women. No. Women. They get to them a lot, and it's so easy somehow that Father Mbaka did not, or possibly just takes that for granted before he made that utterance or utterances and all that. But yeah, even when they ask Peter Obi about the statement from another presidential candidate, who called Peter Obi political almajiri, who is now, like a Labour Party that is now housing, politicians who are now homeless, who have no place to go. So this is what Peter Obi said just before I go now, and then I'm going to open the line and I will take a few calls tonight anyway. So yeah.
0700 903 903.
Two, I don't want to make comment about other presidential candidates.
But they are making about you. A lot of them are making about
for
you.
me,
they say it's just social media buzz.
I'm not in business of my business is to say this is what I will do. And then judge me from where I was heard before. Of all the people who are contesting today, nobody, I can say categorically, comes with my background. I'm a businessman, a trader who started business small and built a business. I've been in the corporate world. I've been around. I've been governor. They have passed through the same trajectory. Let them show their record and say, we've trusted you with this. The problem in Nigeria is management of our resources. These people have all been entrusted with the resource management. How did they manage it? So it's not for you to come and say, oh, you're a gentleman, you're a nice man, you're a kind man, and everything. But you were entrusted with public resource. What did you do with it? That's all. Tell us how you manage it. And then we can entrust you with more. Especially now we don't have anything. We need a manager of resources who can deal with these issues and be able to pull our country out of the brink. You don't go when you have a financial and economic crisis. You go and hire a musician or hire a nice man. No, this is not time to hire people who are gentle. What is the problem of the country? You have millions of people who don't know where the next meal will come from. So it's not time to say Peter Obi is a nice man. Peter Obi is charitable. He's somebody.
Right. Somebody said that I am also campaigning for Peter Obi. I will be the one to also take you to your military infested polling unit as well, okay? And then drag your hand into voting for any of your own oppressors that you might choose. That's your choice. But again, he just said it by himself that don't just say I'm a nice man. Judge me by what I have done. Judge me by this and that. And that is the reason why I brought his own case onto Maiyegun's diary Politico tonight. Again, especially when he mentioned the agitation, the agitators, and also condemned the way they have been treated. Come on, man. They asked him about restructuring. He was able to dodge the bullets, but he managed to give some answers that if any of you want to know that if you are interested in indeed saving lives in Nigeria, you should probe him further. You should probe him more on that, before you jump on that bandwagon, okay? Probe him more. What is that your plan on that restructuring? Can you break it down? Not just talk about it. Just break it down. Let's. But again, that would be asking for too much. Even if you like, may them bring experts from America, from UK, from all over the world, including there Nigeria, and put all of them together and design a restructuring plan or whatever plan he said he might have, right? Trust me, and Nigeria, it will be dead even before it see the light of the day. And you know why? The day they restructure Nigeria is the day they have practically broken up Nigeria, and it won't be long before everybody will have to go their way. That is why none of them will ever agree to any real restructuring, any real power sharing, and any of those things that has come so much friction and concentrated power in the center. So as a young person, to be obedient, ask right questions, because your next breath may depend on it. Let me take a break. Pick up your phone if you have a question for me, and then you know what I mean. Pick up the phone. It's a WhatsApp call only. Don't call the number directly so that you don't go and call somebody that Call it as a WhatsApp call. And when I get back, I'll begin to take few calls. So, to my viewers on YouTube, we have nearly 3,000 of us on YouTube right now, and we only have about 500 of us who actually stop by to drop their own offering. Come on, don't be that stingy, okay? Today is Father's Day. Today is Sunday. You've had the sermons. You've had a lot of me today, and here you are again back with Maiyegun. Make it count, okay? I'm going to take a break now. When I get back, come on, you can take that to 1,000, 1,005, at least. Take your time, and I will be back. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. So, you are live. Everybody can hear you, by the way.
Thank you. This is Odogu. I'm calling from the United States.
Odogu from the US. Sir, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Well, just a little trajectory to some of the things surrounding this Peter Obi and Mbaka. you just showed us some of the videos of the people protesting, and my own position is this: when Mbaka took out on Peter Obi, calling him stingy and all kinds of stuff, it takes a beggar to know who is a stingy person. That is one. Two, look at the generation of people. Look at the kind of people who are being manipulated into feeling bad because of this situation. Does it mean that some of all these things that we are saying, they are not feeling it? Their concern is just because of that opium that they receive on that ground. That is what they feel that holds them. So my only concern is, how do we get to the soul of these people? Sometimes I feel our Nigerians soulless. We are talking about another kidnapping in Kaduna. Every single day, people are dying and things are happening. And it does seem like Nigerians are just having a free day. Nothing is happening.
I mean,
and we are here overseas freaking out.
Mm-hmm. It's because they have grown cold. They have grown, to the point that they don't feel that kind of feeling of, that's empathy or sympathy anymore. It's pretty much like they have grown,
Maiyegun, do you know if there are certain calls that will come from Nigeria? For me to pick it, my mind will just like flip out. I will just think, is someone dead already? Is something happening? Because of the nature of the volatile situation in Nigeria. And when you talk to people, they be like, no, it's not as you people feel. And then every day people are dying. Then the last thing I want to say, I know there are a lot of people online.
Sure, please.
The position that our youth are taking, I wish they can use that energy that they are using to push article Tinubu, Peter Obi is from my area. I have no problem with an Igbo person being this, but the same system will drown these people. One of the politicians was quoted to have said, they asked him, you made a promise when you were before you got into office. He said, yes, I made a promise. When you are there making a promise, that you really mean it, that he meant it, that he had every good intention to do it. But once you get into that office, what happens, he can no longer explain. It is not their own fault, but the situation, the system will turn you. You may not be bad in your own self, but the system will make you redundant.
That is why I don't buy the idea. Odogu, that's why I don't buy the idea of we should all try and join them, and then we can change it from within. You are lying to yourself. You can't change them. You can't.
It's not possible.
They will change you. That's what will happen.
It's not possible. Nigeria needs what philosophers call deconstruction. You must be destroyed in order to build. Because anything you are adding onto that structure will never stand. The foundation is bad. The system is bad. The law is bad. The constitution is bad. Everything about Nigeria is dead. The only way to get Nigeria out of this quagmire, out of this conundrum, out of this sitting on the precipice, out of this annihilation, is to break it down and start afresh. If they like, let them go. Even the Bible, Jesus said, can you carry wine and put on an old wine skin? No. People read the Bible, but they don't understand the context, the spirit of the Bible. Continue doing what they are doing.
Thank you so much,
I hope that someday I go tear them.
Oh, that's
because it looks like we are the ones that are fighting them.
Yeah, now that someday is so close. We are so close. Wait for it now. It's about to burst.
I am waiting because each time you make a post, people come and start attacking you, telling you, what are you doing overseas? Come down now. You are the ones causing all this tension. Come down. I'm tired.
Now you go inside the forest and then you give the guns to the terrorists, and then at the same time you are the one who is operating the Nigerian financial system that is managing the ransom payment that is going through the system untraceable. Now you with the America, they cause all of that one. That's how they tell themselves. Yes. They make their choices, right? After making all these terrible choices, when the consequences of the choices start coming back, they start pointing fingers at people who never really joined them in making those choices. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
So that we always remind them, listen, oh, you know where we stand, oh, you know where I stand, oh. Don't bring your madness later and start pointing fingers. Or even at that, they still point fingers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we'll never stop.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Odogu.
Thank you so much, brother.
God bless
Thank
you,
you
Baba.
for the good
You have
work.
a good one, eh? That's Odogu there. My first caller. I have another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Baba, how are you?
Maiyegun Baba.
Yes, sir.
I'm all right. I'm cool. Yes, sir. My name is Folarin.
Folarin.
I'm calling from New York.
From New York. So you are live, sir. Everybody can hear you as usual, loud and clear.
Yeah. All right, sir. It's been a while I've been trying to connect you, but thank God I made it today.
At least. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. Maiyegun, àwọn èèyàn wa ò ní gbọ́rọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn wa ò ní gbọ́rọ̀. Divide and rule. Divide and rule system here. It has gotten to them. And there's no how they can do without it because they are hungry. So they have little senses.
You see all these our uncles, our senior brothers, uncles, and all of them back in Nigeria right now, even those who are abroad, yeah. After all they know, after everything they have seen, yeah. Beyond this issue, do you know what they are now telling them? Say, we know that he cannot do anything, but now. Now.
They are getting it wrong.
That as I'm talking to you right now, that's what they say. They said, we know, but show more.
But you know that only a madman will be doing something repeatedly and expect the same thing and expect a different result.
Only a madman.
It's only a madman. You are doing something repeatedly, you are waiting for another result. It could work.
It can work.
No, can work.
Mistake that she no. Okay. How can you be doing something again and again, and then you're like, Baba?
Olushelu, Nigerian politicians will never have anything good for the people. Quote me anywhere. They cannot render anything good for the people.
They just don't have the capacity.
It's not in their capacity. They cannot do it. They will tell you this life they have been saying since Baba Olowo time will give you life, water, and good road. Same thing. That's what Bola is doing here now.
Baba. Even military said, in this whole job be a fraud, even military came. They themselves were promising electricity, promising good road. Military or soldier, they came. They said, we are good. But they actually tried. Nobody soldier constructed Third Mainland Bridge. What exact major project has any civilian constructed after Third Mainland Bridge that Babangida constructed?
There's nothing. They only brought deterioration and destruction to what the military has done. Deterioration and destruction. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan táwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ náà ṣe ìgbà yẹn tó dáa wọ́n ti bà gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ náà Oòduà investment company down lane.
It's gone. Yes, sir.
Ṣe bójú ayé àwọn Tinubu ni gbogbo yẹn ti wọ.
Yes, sir. All these places that we are saying that Fulanis are camping in our forest, sir, do you know that most of them are actually like the old farm settlement that Awolowo actually started then? All these in Ogun water side, they have taken over everywhere. If you go to Oyo, all these Ogun, Ibarapa, they are farm settlement set up by Awolowo. They are now there.
Okay, we'll see. Ìgbà tí Olúbàdàn fẹ́ bà gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń sìn, ó lọ mú gómìnà Kánò wá, ó mú wá sí Ìbàdàn, ó wá fi tó yìí. Ṣé kí ló ń ṣàwọn bàbá yìí náà?
One Nigeria long building is a concept, the same workbook.
Who tell you say what Nigeria now want? Nigeria is up to 600. Which one? Okay, paro for everybody. No, my dear, could you allow? Yoruba Nation, you must have new.
Yes, I want to soon. Lamanji.
Ben.
I want to ṣe o. wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe o. Tẹ́lẹ̀ ni máa ń sọ wípé wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe gidi gan o. So tá bá sọ pé how do we now wake them up and all of that? That is to say we are also pretending as if to say we believe that they don't know what they are doing. Shey you get, sir? Tough gun, complicated. They know what they are doing. They do. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó wá jájú wọn lójú enough débi pé they will be able to see it enough and say, Omo, we are done now. I mean, this is it. We have wasted enough time. Let's do the right thing.
Maiyegun bàbá ó máa padà jájú wọn lójú ni. Iná lé lọmọ ẹranko ń yá gbẹ̀yìn. Yorùbá nation yẹn ó máa padà yé gbogbo wa. A máa padà wá ṣe Yorùbá nation wa ni. Ó máa padà yé gbogbo wa ni. Nítorí pé orílẹ̀-èdè nǹkan tó ń pè lórílẹ̀-èdè country tó ti ń sọ èdè ẹyọ kan ló ń jẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè. Orílẹ̀-èdè ní Nàìjíríà ń sìn á ní èdè Yorùbá, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Ní Nàìjíríà ń sìn á ní pé
mo like orúkọ yẹn gan.
Yorùbá, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò sí bó ṣe burú tó wọn ò ní fi Ẹ̀gbá ka news o, wọn ò dẹ̀ ní fi Ìjẹ̀bú ka news, so gbogbo wa la gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ.
ẹ bẹ sáré ju document fún mi lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mi ò ti expect yẹn. Òótọ́ lẹ sọ wọn ní fi Ẹ̀gbá ka news.
Wọn ò dẹ̀ ní fi Ìjẹ̀bú ka news. Wọn ò ní fi Yorùbá kan tí gbogbo wa gbọ́ yẹn ó ní wọ́n fi ń karòyìn o. Wọn bá ka lẹ́kìtì state same Yorùbá yẹn náà máa sọ tí gbogbo wa máa gbọ́ o.
Ẹ ṣeun bàbá, thank you so much. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n bá ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀kọ́ right.
You are welcome, sir.
God bless
all
you.
right, sir.
Stay safe, sir.
All right, Ọlọ́run á fún yín ṣe, yes sir. Ọlọ́run á fún gbogbo wa ṣe, yes sir. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́.
Thank you. So I have another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Yeah, báwo ni kọ́?
Ṣàlàfíà.
So, okay, then thank you. Ọ̀rọ̀ kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ, Madam Mbaka àti Obi. To be honest, I'm a Catholic church. I'm a Catholic, born Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
Kò yẹ kó mo fẹ́ criticize yẹn. I'm a Catholic guy. Mo ti lọ sí adoration yẹn dáadáa. Mo dẹ̀ ti wà privilege ti mọ Mbaka yẹn. It's one of these radical priests. Kò ti gẹ́ mi. Kí ẹ mo bá sọ̀rọ̀, mo ti watch ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ ti observe go. They are close. Mo ti observe project tó ṣe. Fún àwọn èèyàn people yẹn. So why when worship ẹ̀ mbẹ̀ yẹn, because it's set up, we employ more than 200,000 people.
Wow.
Or let's say they make even though exaggerate, at least 50,000 people. What you get me see? Oh, they know to a sense.
Factory, food, chemical production, and all of that. They take like it's pretty much like Oh no, man, so
yes,
drag out. We can contribute to project to because we have a lot of things.
Thank you. Thank you. So all them are money or to a benefit. Don't sense is cool. Don't share many things. So one thing you have to understand is that but don't share our personal share. Don't share any time to a to film or bring camera in. Oh more to be stingy, but stinginess here. Mbaka will understand here. Obi member is a member of adoration ministry. But you remember that. Oh man, but money. But you get me. But I will also have Pentecostal church here. Somebody will be on my back card. I don't I can't share. Oh, Mama, Pentecostal church, they will be allowing you to be point. But Mbaka will be
it will just be one-on-one level.
Yes, but Mbaka didn't watch you. Who didn't watch it? Oh boy, oh, come why be oh, she come to church no.
Only go for any project in the church one for see. Can you know complex that was that video anyway. Don't apologize later. Unfortunately, it was such a stingy man. Maybe something didn't work out after that 2019 video. Because I wouldn't the reason why. Yes, I want to enjoy gun so they wouldn't even understand why that popped up. Told you stingy will not be president, this and that. It was so unnecessary.
That is the person those are their clergymen, but they are prone to do mistake. Or they take overboard.
They are human beings now.
Yeah, it's not this that it's a man who has it. Oh, at the motive of my I show me long walk. At your shed, ko ni ko mo, ko lo lije ko ma ko mi dele to ma lo sufi. Ko lo sinu ibi with the forest kan. Ko nse pe on wa nkan to be je or wa fasting ni every day night. Oh, ibo je nse kakiri. Not that on one investment. Not that one anything, but don't go commit it. She go fun wa. Political man to balance wa salo. Oh, ni she for commit e lara. So for congregation mi fi come where. But why show overboard ni? To get me, mo ko be clear yen mo so.
Well, I mean, fair enough that somebody will call in and then give us a bit of another trajectory based on what we have already known, So that's incredible, Baba. I appreciate. Do you have anything?
All right, take care. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, you have a good one, sir. Bye. So that's someone from Adoration Ministry. They are calling from the UK, by the way. I think the number is from the UK. But they've been to, like you said, hello.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Maiyegun Politico.
Ma.
Àlàáfíà ni. First and foremost, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, ma.
God bless you. Ṣé wọ́n ṣe kọ̀kọ̀rẹ́ rẹ ní o ṣé o ti jẹ́ kọ̀kọ̀rẹ́?
Wọ́n rí kọ̀kọ̀rẹ́ ṣe oyè mi.
Àbẹ́ ìbàrò òfin lò ó kéèfì lò ó. Àbí fùfú àtọ̀bẹ̀ ẹ̀gúsí pẹ̀lú gọ̀lúgọ̀ ìdárarun sí rẹ̀. God bless you.
Sẹ́mo mo jẹ́ sẹ́mo tí mo fi sẹ́mo jẹ́.
Ọmọ Yelena kú iṣẹ́ o. Yelena kú iṣẹ́ o. God bless you. Àlélà náà máa ṣe tẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀ má wọ̀rí kò fòdédé wọ́n ó bá jẹun wọn o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run. Àṣẹ o. God bless you. Yeah, first and foremost, wọ́n ti forí àwọn ará ìlú yẹn, wọ́n ti forí most of them gbà pa. Wọ́n ti brainwash orí wọn. What is wrong with these people for crying out loud? What is wrong with them? What is wrong with them? À ń jẹ́ ìkúrú kó tán láwo wọ́n ṣàǹgbọ̀nwọ́ ẹ̀sìn. Ṣó ṣépè fún wọn ni? Wọ́n tún mú gbogbo ìgbálẹ̀ tó tán lọ́jà. Kí ni ohun tó ń ṣe àwọn people for God's sake? Ọkùnrin yìí ti jí gbogbo owó tó wà nínú pọ́ọ̀tì gbogbo ẹran tó wà nínú fọ́ǹdì ìjọba náà ti san jẹ tán. Rẹ̀mí ṣe sínétọ̀. Òun náà ṣe láìmọye 20-something years ó kó gbogbo owó Èkó jẹ. Alpha Beta wo ìlú tá a wà yìí sìn. H&M ló ń gba returns wọn náà ń gba revenue wọn. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń bá wọn gbà. Ilé ìjókòó síbẹ̀ ń gbà bó dẹ̀ ṣe ń gbà náà ló tún ń gbà lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn káàkiri.
Mọ̀kànmá ṣe rí wọ́n ní nǹkan tó pè ní Lagos Inland Revenue Service LIRS. Àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀
tọ́lọ́gà bá ní Èkó ní kékeré nìyẹn. Tó ń gbowó wọn. Ìwọ wá débẹ̀ nítorí pé o ṣe gọ́vnọ̀. This is somebody tó sọ pé ń jẹ́ tó máa tú ẹ̀ bloody idiot yìí in. Wọ́n ní kò rí mọ́tò gbé lọ sí ibi tó ti tú ẹ̀ in.
Gbẹ̀ngà ló gbé mọ́tò fún Gbẹ̀ngà Daniel ní Gbẹ̀ngà ṣì wà láyé.
Wọ́n ní kò rí mọ́tò gbé lọ. Ẹsẹ̀ ló fẹ́ fi ṣàkí Gbẹ̀ngà tó kíyẹn tó fún ní right.
Ní 1999 mà ó sì máa ń dùn àwọn yẹn gan-an. Àbí kì í ṣe Tinubu tó pé àwọn máa rí lórí títí àwọn báyìí wá pé ṣé lè ló fẹ́ ṣe gọ́vnọ̀ eléyìí. Wọ́n ní òun ló fẹ́ ṣe gọ́vnọ̀. Ìtọ́ ń pariwo pé ó ṣiṣẹ́ ní mọ́bìlì, ó ṣe iṣẹ́ ní tó gbé l'Amẹ́ríkà, ó gbé kinní kan. Síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ báwọn nígbà tẹ́ bá rí bó ṣe rí ń gbà yẹn. Ó wá dàbí ẹni ó wá lóhun lòun discover Èkó sí yìí o. Òun ló dẹ̀ dé Tinubu ló dẹ̀ dá Èkó sílẹ̀. Lọ́rọ̀ kan sìn ṣá tí ò bá jẹ́ Tinubu ni gan kò sékòó. Ṣé mọ̀ ṣá?
Ó sún mi o. Ńgbà tó bí àwa ṣèkòó in the 50s. Àmọ́ ẹni tó ń jẹ́ Tinubu o. Tinubu sọ ẹ̀ bàbá oníbàbá tó yin patronate orúkọ wọn. Ọkùnrin fake man yìí. Bloody fake idiot. Ló ń jóná yàn. Wọ́n sọ pé kó ń jẹ́ ìkúrú tán láwo wọ́n tó ń gbọ́wọ́ èsì. Kí kò ń ṣe àwọn ará bíi àbó ti lò wọ́n mọ́ṣẹ́ ni. Tó ti gún wọn mẹ́bọ ni àbí kí ni wọ́n ní pé kèrègbè tó bá fọ́ máa ń tẹ̀.
Àwọn tó gba 10,000 l'Ekiti Nígbà tá divide owó yẹn, ẹ mọ̀ ètò yẹn jẹ́ fọ́dún mẹ́rin mà. 6 naira ni ẹ, 6 naira èdè ni.
6 naira mo ti gbọ́ mo rí kíní yẹn.
6 naira èdè.
Kí ló fẹ́ fi rà? Kí ló fẹ́ fi rà? Gàrí tó ń sìn kò sí gàrí 6 naira mọ́.
Kò lè jọ ordinary.
Wọ́n ti gún ọmọ ẹ̀bọ̀ o. Rẹ̀mí ìyẹn jẹ́ sínétọ̀ lé yín lórí. Ọmọ ẹ̀ ìdólú ọmọ ẹ̀ náà ó gbé yẹn orí gbogbo àwọn ìyá oníyà àwọn ìyá kan ti sọjà lẹ́yìn ìyá mọ́gàjì. Ó tún mọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ ó fi yẹn ṣe yìí ló ń bọ̀ wá jẹ gómìnà lé wọn lórí. Bóyá ń gbà tí Jídé bá lọ.
Ọkọ ọmọ ẹ̀ honorable ní lẹ́kìtì o. So yẹn sìn wọ́n ti ọmọ annex gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn ajẹ́lẹ̀ tó fẹ́ ṣe ní 2007 2011 tó rí ṣe ń gbà yẹn àsìkò tó máa ṣèrè kó ní ká kó ṣàbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ máa kọ́ Chinese because ibi tí iṣẹ́ kìíní kó wa lọ Buhari tó ti lọ fi wá kọ́ China lọ́rùn òun tí náà máa continue ibi tí Buhari bá stop everybody lọ máa kọ́ ṣinko.
Ọkùnrin yìí mú gbogbo public property ó convert ẹ̀ sí tiẹ̀ gbogbo public fund wọ́n san gbogbo egungun tó wà ní òkòkò wọ́n jẹ gbogbo ẹran tán wọ́n ti san gbogbo egungun there is nothing in the public fund. Kí ló ṣẹ̀yìn ara Èkó yìí? Kí ló ṣẹ̀yìn ara Nàìjíríà yìí? Kí ló ń ṣe nítorí Ọlọ́run gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá Ṣìárà tẹ́ ẹ kó kíní jáde tẹ́ ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jó ní good road ní good health omi lásán ọkùnrin yìí wọ bẹ̀ ìjú water work báyìí làwa mú tó jẹ́ pé nígbà táwa ń kékeré lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ a máa lọ sí ìdí odò à ń lọ ṣe fàájì ni a máa gbé korobá a máa ju korobá nù a máa ṣẹmọ oríṣiríṣi fọ́ọ̀n bó ṣe kọ́kọ́ dé báyìí ìjú ló kọ́kọ́ fagilé lórí náà ó dìlíìtì ìjú water works ni kò sí ohun tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí good road kò sí nǹkan kan tó kí ni wá ń dùnú ẹlẹ́wọ̀n ẹ̀yìn ará Èkó yìí àtẹ̀yìn ara Nàìjíríà tẹ̀wá yẹ tẹ̀ ń wago ọwọ́ ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ kí ni ohun tó ń ṣe yín náà torí Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ yín ò ní iṣẹ́ àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ àwa yìí ńgbà táwa wà ní kékeré táwa jáde school àti gbé àwọn ìyá wa àti bàbá wa ti gbé wọn sórí payroll at age 20 something àwọn ọmọ tí yín wà ní 40 you are still putting money in their pocket they don't even ask you sure wọ́n di ọ̀kadà rider àwọn ọmọ yín di ọ̀kadà rider wọ́n di yahoo wọ́n di ritual wọn tí ì fi yín jó oògùn tán o torí èmi ò mọ tó ń ṣàwọn ará bí àwọn tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ rí wọ́n ní kẹ́ lọ gba poverty voting card yín
poverty validation card
wo ṣe feed yẹn I was so scared when I saw that image pé àwọn pípọ̀ ìfẹ́ para wọn síjọba lọ́rùn báyìí wọ́n ń jí wa gbé ọkùnrin yìí ń sọ wípé where are the herders where are the cows ṣé ìyẹn lásán kò tó ń ronú fáwọn pípọ̀ ìtorí ṣe lèmi ti ń ròyìn pé àwọn pípọ̀
ìwé wẹ́wẹ́ ní toll gate ó ní kí ló ń ṣe ń bẹ̀ they have a case to answer what are they doing there.
Ọlọ́run kí ni mo ti fẹ́ ṣe tàwọn èèyàn mi yìí sí Ọlọ́run máa wọ́n mọ ohun tó ń ṣe. Ajẹ́ ìwẹ̀yìn tán ló bẹ lẹ́dẹ̀ jẹ́ àtẹnujẹ ló fẹ́ pa wọn 6 naira pàdé wọn yẹn òun ló ń ṣe wọn.
tó bá fún ẹni tó bá fún ní 20,000 kó fi dìbò 12 naira per day fọdún mẹ́rin ló gbà tó bá fún ẹ ní 30,000 naira kó fi dìbò fún wọn 18 naira per day ló gbà fọdún mẹ́rin tó bá fún ẹ ní 40,000 naira kó fi dìbò 24 naira ló gbà fọdún mẹ́rin ṣáyé ò wá máa ṣe èèyàn 24 naira lójúmọ́ 24 naira times ọdún mẹ́rin.
Tinubu without nothing to show for it and they've forgotten that apple doesn't fall far from the tree. This man will be himself. Ojuyobo will be Ojuyobo. Ojuyobo is so greedy. This is a effing greedy man who doesn't care for no one except himself, except number one, which is himself. Èmi ló kàn 200 million. Bàbá ní Parkinson. Bàbá tó jẹ́ pé ó ti ń da léètì torí Ọlọ́run. Òun ló kàn á ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ni ó ti yá wọn àwọn yẹn ti mọ̀ pé bóyá ó ti ń támínà tó ẹja gbé fún kíkì ní ilé padà wá bá wa.
ó sì wà ní kí wọ́n ti ń pè departure lounge ẹ ṣe bàbá thank you so much.
God bless you Maiyegun Yoruba Nation yẹn ni o for sure ẹ má tẹ̀ jẹ́ kó distract wa Yoruba Nation yẹn ni ká máa tẹnumọ́ iṣu atẹnumọ́rọ̀ ìjẹ̀bú tí kò yẹ
jóná o iṣu atẹnumọ́rọ̀ jóná o yé mi ṣá máa tẹnumọ́
Yoruba Nation now.
Good night.
Oh, enjoy your day.
Thank you,
God bless you. Love you.
Yeah, I love you too, ma. Yes, ma. So that is a mother that is so worried why people are still pretty much so fixated and then worshipping their own oppressors. She couldn't put it together and said, why? Unfortunately, the people that are going to become that are being led to the slaughterhouse or leading themselves to the slaughterhouse, they will never listen. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Chief Adela from Canada.
The chief.
How are you?
I think it's going to be like afternoon in Canada right now. So, how is Canada today? The afternoon is actually anyway.
Bí aago mẹ́rin ṣe ní London.
That's right.
Mo gbọ́ tí àárọ̀ ni mo ti ń tracking data. Ṣé mo wípé ọ̀rọ̀ Olúbàdàn ni mo fẹ́ sọ. Ṣé rí àwọn ọba wa pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀wọ̀ láìpẹ́ yìí, ó báyàn nínú jẹ́ gidi. A ṣe bí àti ẹ̀ fún nǹkan nígbà díẹ̀ náà. Àwọn èèyàn ṣì ń sunkún. Mo wo kílíìpù ọmọ kékeré, àwọn ọmọ mẹ́ta tó yẹ ṣó ní àìpẹ́ yìí. Mo dẹ̀ sunkún. Mi ò rò wípé
ló ṣe jẹ́ pé nígbà tí mo play ẹ̀tọ́ mo sọ pé mi ò ní intention láti jẹ́ kí anybody was so upset but I just thought I should show you sometimes káwọn èèyàn kọ́ lè fi mọ̀ pé nígbà mi tí wọ́n bá ń react sáwọn kìíní tó máa sọ pé kí ni tiẹ̀ gan-an mo ń sọ ni pé tẹ́ bá fi abẹ́rẹ́ gúnra yín wò lẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹ̀ bá react jù bẹ́ẹ̀
ni. ẹni bí ni àwọn tó ń darí wa ẹni bí ni wọ́n Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fi ìyà jẹ gbogbo wọn. Àná ni mo rí kíní ọmọ ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ wò pé pẹ̀lú gbogbo ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ó gba ẹkún lójú gọ́vnà Ondo State.
Akérèdọ́lù fúnra rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ó gba ẹkún lójú ẹ̀. A dẹ̀ ń pàtẹ́wọ́ fún àwọn tó ń ṣe wá láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ kan sára wọn. Kò dáa. Ibo ni Yorùbá ti wá dé báyìí? Gbogbo value ọmọlúàbí tó ń bí wa mọ́ ti tán. Àwọn ọba wa ló dẹ̀ ń fà àtàwọn olórí wa politician àtàwọn religious leader wa. Àwọn ló fà kíní yìí. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àti kò pánlẹ̀ ìfà tí ń ṣe. Nígbà tó Olúbàdàn náà ṣẹ̀mọ̀ pé ó ti dalẹ̀ rí. Tí ò bá sí former governor náà, Olúbàdàn ò lè débẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn tí ò yẹ kí wọ́n dé ipò gidi la fi ń ṣò lórí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá.
God bless you, sir.
Àwọn èèyàn tí ò yẹ kó dé ipò gidi
olókèlè ń wò.
A ti sálẹ̀ ní. Àwọn alágbe, àwọn èèyàn tí kò yẹ kó jẹ́ èèyàn láàrin wa la fi ń ṣò lórí. Ibi tí àṣìṣe ti bá Yorùbá nìyẹn. A ní láti dó lórí ọmọlúàbí ká má fi owó èlò ní 30,000 èlò ní 10,000 naira tí wọ́n fi gba ilé ayé lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọ́n fi gba ìgbà tó dáa lọ́wọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Mo ti sọrí lórí ìkànnà yìí pé Yorùbá kì í ṣalágbè. Yorùbá kì í ṣalágbè. Tí a bá rẹ́ni tó fà sẹ́yìn nínú ẹbí, a máa ń daṣọ yìbò lára ìwà pé lọ́bẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, lọ́bẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ní Kaduna. A dá wá faṣọ yìbò lára kẹ́bí máa di alátọ̀rọ̀ jẹ. Ibo la ti dẹni tó wọlé débi wípé owó la fi ń yan àwọn ẹni bí, la fi ń fi àyè ajé ara wa. Ẹ fi Tinubu sílẹ̀ o. Ẹ fi Tinubu sílẹ̀. Ó pẹ́, ó yá, ojú wa iná ló máa ṣe. Ìgbà ló nígbà ń lò. Ìgbà kan àwọn tó ṣe tàná àwọn dà lónìí. Àwa ló kàn.
Wọ́n Abíọ́lá ó milẹ̀ ju tiẹ̀ yìí lọ. Àwa kéré díẹ̀ gbà yẹn ṣùgbọ́n a ṣe rántí díẹ̀ nú ẹ̀.
Àwa rántí dáadáa. Bàbá tiẹ̀ dáadáa l'Abíọ́lá. Tinubu ní cloud.
Àkọ́tẹ́ mi sọ ni wọ́n ní wọn Abíọ́lá bóyá dá tó ó ṣe milẹ̀ tó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Aṣáárí ibi tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá dé.
Ṣé rí wọ́n ní pé ẹmọ́ tó bá ní òpó kan wọ́n ní kì í pẹ́ láyé. Agbára agbára central nígbà tá a wà níwọ̀n bara wa láṣoríire láti gbà tá a ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ pé central ní ìfàsẹ́yìn ti bá Yorùbá mo wá bèè lọ́wọ́ federal ni mo wá bèè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá náà tó ń sọ pé federal ibo lẹ tún ìlú Yorùbá tí ẹ̀yin jẹ́ gọ́vùnà tẹ́ jẹ́ commissioner lé lórí dé.
láìtàlá ẹ ní sọnù bàbá ẹ bá mi bí wọn.
ṣé nígbà tá a bá ṣé àlè Ògùn sí ti wá ń bẹ̀yẹn ṣé àlè sọ́dí lóyìnbó wọ́n ti máa wá kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níbẹ̀. ṣó dìgbà tá a bá dé Àbújá ní ká tó torí ìwọ̀n ọba tá a níyẹn ibo lẹ bá wọn dé mo dé Abẹ́òkúta gbogbo bí tí mo ti gbogbo primary school tá a lọ torí nígbà táwa wà l'Abẹ́òkúta kò sí private school jẹyọ méjì lọ o children now school àti Queen Benedict ní gbogbo Abẹ́òkúta kò sí gbogbo iléèwé tá a ti kàwé tí wọ́n ń bọ́jẹ́tì tírílíọ̀n fún wọn ní páànù lórí mọ́.
ṣèbí pé àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ máa rí nǹkan jókòó.
àwa ó student làwa síbẹ̀ jẹ́ Ọlọ́run ò ní ṣàánú àwọn olùdíjàsí wa Ọlọ́run ò ní ṣàánú wọn gbogbo owó tí wọ́n dẹ̀ kó yẹn náà ìbànújẹ́ náà lọ́ máa fi kó lọ́ máa fi pàṣínú ẹ̀mí wọn. ẹ ṣé o ẹ kú ètò Yorùbá Nation la máa ṣe o
ẹ ṣé tẹ́ bá wa dá sí o God bless you sir
Yorùbá Nation la máa ṣe o
thank you sir
thank you very much
bye bye. gbogbo ìtẹ̀wé yẹn láàárọ̀ máa rọ̀ mọ́ mo ní another caller on the line.
Hello. Maiyegun.
Elder.
Hello. Báyìí kan o.
ọdún mẹ́wàá kẹ́ ẹ.
Ó ga kúkú wà lórí àwọn mo mọ pé tí n bá jókòó tí bá ti wá sí church mo wá ń jókòó sẹ́yìn yìí ni.
ẹ kò ní ọ̀bùsáàfù ní àfẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tẹ́ bá ti wá wò pé ẹ rí pé àwọn èèyàn tó wá ń wo ẹnu ìjọba ọ̀run ti dà fagbára wọ̀ gidi gan lẹ́nu ìjọ mẹ́ta yìí sá o. wà á dúpẹ́ pé bá wa dá sí lórí sá.
gbà ó first of all pé wọ ọmọ Ọlọ́run á wò ó tó náà á tó àgbà á dẹ̀ ṣe ìkọrin tí àwọn èèyàn ṣe láyé agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lẹ́ ẹlẹ́ sórí láyé pípé orí ọ̀rọ̀ Olúbàdàn yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ Olúbàdàn tó because I mean sẹ́rí Olúbàdàn tó lọ fi yọ̀ jẹ kí ló ń pè tó lọ fi Bàbá Rìgá báńkì Gàndọ́là tó lọ fi joyè ọ̀rẹ́
òun ni wọ́n sọ pé
okay
Bàbá Rìgá
Gàndọ́là Bàbá Rìgá mobile bank
CEO
lọ́wọ́lọ́dún ẹ̀dùn ọmọ àwọn Maiyegun yìí ẹ̀dùn ẹ̀ yìí.
gbogbo aláwọ̀ pẹ̀lú wa ò dáa bàbá gbogbo wa ṣe rí tí ọkọ̀ bá sọ nǹkan mi gbà mí tán ní olówó ni wọ́n dẹ̀ tún sọ ẹ̀ à ń pretend ni gbogbo aláwọ̀ pé gbogbo àná lọ́rọ̀ ẹnu wa ò dáa tàbá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
Maiyegun ọmọ fún mi ló jọ èmi ló jọ dáàbà sí ò lọ́rẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀dùn tó dáa.
ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n sọ ẹ̀ náà dẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù
kọ́ lọ forí sọlẹ̀ dà sórí tọ́sán lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Olúbàdàn yẹn ni pé torí nígbà tí bàbá yẹn nígbà tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fi máa yẹn jẹ ọba just of recent a kan lórí social media wọ́n bẹ̀ sí máa pariwo nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́rọ̀ tí idiot sọ I call him idiot lórúkọ tèmi ni o èmi ò forúkọ anybody pé èmi Ọláolúwa Ọláolúwa Akínbọ̀wálé tẹ́ bí ní oko Àkànrán ní Ìbàdàn ló pe Olúbàdàn ní idiot èmi ni mo pè bẹ́ẹ̀ o kì í ṣe Maiyegun ló pè bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
tó yẹn lọ di pé ẹ̀kọ́ sí pé báyìí kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ orúkọ mi tì nídìí.
ẹ̀kọ́ orúkọ tèmi sí di pé èmi Ọláolúwa ọmọ tẹ́ bí ní oko Apẹ̀rẹ̀ ní oko Àkànrán ló ń pe Olúbàdàn ní ọmọ àlè mo dẹ̀ pè lábúnú. Ebi PDP ni wèrè ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ebi PDP ni ebolóṣèlú debi senator who is who. You see, Maiyegun, let me tell you the reality. You say something most of the time and I have to discuss it tẹ́lẹ̀. Okay, so láwọn ọmọ tẹ̀sẹ̀ bí ní nǹkan bí 40 years down. You understand? No problem. Wow. Wàhálà ńlá wà.
because Nigeria has stopped history for so long. So now we are in serious trouble. This is where the problem. This is where the problem is. If you destroy your history, you understand? So there's no future. Now, let me tell you something. Sorry, our politician wa tabi no, you must have opinion to do generally. Understand? If I want to say this, I will say do generally. Any institution you hand over to a black man destroy it. Let me tell you something. In Yorubaland, when they were teaching us the history of Yoruba, they told us Lamurudu has a son called Okobi. Lamurudu has okay, Oduduwa bi Okobi. That's right. Oh, what be your meje? Oh yes. Being an for your or the officer, Abuja of Ijebu, Alake of Egba. There are about 7 of them. Okay. I want most especially headed from 1999 up to now. Because from 1999 up to now, our politicians occupy Yoruba political space.
Láti 1999
yes.
Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni
yes.
Àwọn ni wọ́n politicize àwọn ọba yẹn fún wa sa.
Oh yes, àwọn tó occupy political space ní from 1999 up to now nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, they are evil, headed by Obasanjo.
Starting from here.
Then followed by this Attorney. You understand? Obasanjo is the main problem.
Baba ongbon lese.
Oh yes. Maiyegun, please. So that anybody wants to go to lady. You understand? Anybody wants to go to Nigeria lady. Don't say anything. This is what happened. Because I need to say this one in English. It affects everybody now.
Please.
Now, you know this 1999 constitution we are talking about. To be honest, Maiyegun, this 1999 constitution is not really bad as people that really manage it. Let me tell you the reality. In 1999, when they hand over this document to Obasanjo makes sure he bastardizes these documents. For example, now, in that constitution, they said a president is going to have around 2 million naira per year as a salary. And then the vice president will have about 1.5. The governor will have about 1.3. And the National Assembly member, Senate, will have around 1.1. And the rep will have around 900,000. That is the salary, that is the arrangement. But when Obasanjo came and his gang, what they do is that they bring a lot of back arrangements. That is not part of that constitution. R&D, for example now, a governor that has pity of his people is taking around 800 to 1.5 billion naira as a security force every month, which is an unaudited money. That's why you see that they say they are killing each other. You see, this guy, the chief Megad himself, the big thief, the big robber, Buhari is the most beautiful robbers, beautiful bandits that anybody that I ever seen in the history of human being.
Yeah.
This guy, Buhari is taking around $7 billion every month as a security force. Okay? And this bastard, yes. And this bastard, this Buhari bastard, this chief guard is taking around $5,000 every night as an escort when that bastard get out of Nigeria. That's right. If you leave that office in Abuja or Kaduna in his village or come to Ibadan, in the night the bastard is taking $2,000 per night. In a country where some people cannot even in a country that some people cannot even have a 2 square meals.
100 million people cannot feed right, sir, in Nigeria. As we are here talking, sir, as we are here talking, over 80 million Nigerians are going to go to bed tonight without food. Okay. Out of that number, sir, 28 million children are going to go to bed tonight without food in Nigeria. So all these facts are there. Look at what they are doing with the money.
Yes. And this is the good, good news. This is the good news to those bastards. All these 1 Nigeria 2023. You understand? Yeah, this 1 Nigeria 2023. The World Bank just give them notice. By next year, Nigeria will be using 100% of their revenue to pay credit card. It's not to pay loan, to pay credit card. You understand? So just to serve just like you are paying credit card. That is it. Okay? So now, that country will never survive. And I still give you, before I say within 6 to 10 years, you understand? 7 to 10 years. Now, 1 year has gone. It remains 6 to 9 years for Nigeria to Papuka. Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Evening. Elder Olaoluwa, I missed him.
10 years. Now, 1 year.
Hey, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Mo pe ẹ̀dá Olúwa bẹ́ẹ̀ lómi láyé mọ́ níyẹn o.
Last year, I had to 2 months. 3 months. It's been a long time.
You know, kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọjọ́ tẹ sọ̀rọ̀ láti oyé mi. Ìsọjí ti jẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn.
How are you, JJ?
Maiyegun. The story is very interesting. I have a question for Obidient people. My question is,
they are listening.
My question is, Obi said he managed Alhambra quite fine, quite well, properly, financially independent, isn't it?
That's what
After Obi, what happened to Alhambra? How many roads does he constructed? How many roads does he constructed? How many jobless does he employed? Hospital, schools. What happened to the pensioners? Do they still continue to pay their money? If he cannot answer, give us standard answer on that alone. It's a failure. Brother, Obi is a failure.
I mean, I do have all the answers.
Let me now educate our youth.
But they are watching you, they are listening. Maybe they will be reading in the comments.
Yes. Now, after his own departure, you give it to somebody else. All the money that he said he has saved, where is the money? What is the current status of Anambra financial dependent that he said he
don't loot everything, but you remember that Obiano wanted to run away. They had to arrest him at the airport, remember? And they dragged him to
Fulani just collect their own share from the money he's carrying. That's what happened.
But they were chasing him because of the money anyway. They said, Abba.
I think they just collect their own share from it. Or guys, you carry all this Ghana must go, they go USA. Or guys, you carry all this Ghana must go, USA like that. You know, we even drop anything from the point. Now waiting the year this is due to Obama with that. So to continue my little analogy. Now this guy said he's coming from bank. Do you know that 99.9% of everybody that ever worked in Nigeria bank are thieves? They are criminals. They should be gathered together in one place and put bomb on them, blow them into ashes, pack up their ashes and throw it to the sea. Let it blow away. Because all of them are thieves. They are robbers.
Yeah. Please explain it.
The people that destroy Nigeria today are bankers.
I have my friends here who are bankers now. They are watching. They're like, hey, me, I'm not a thief. Oh. Tell us why the 99% are thieves, Baba. Oh, yeah.
99.9%. I don't say 99. I said 99.9. That is only one tiny of a fraction of 1% out of the 99 is be honest. And those ones, they don't last in bank. Okay, do you know how the bankers stealing money from Nigeria?
Tell us.
Have you heard about this politician who was saying the day he become a House of Rep, they brought $40,000 credit card and give it to him.
And now because of he's a politician now, so that's them, but that's not the fault of somebody.
That's number one.
Bank.
Now let us forget about their deal. Let's forget about their deal with the bank, with the politicians. What about the ordinary people? They will go and call their families, their friends, all different names, and use it to claim money, to collect loan in the bank. First Bank, do you know the reason why First Bank don't loan people with money anymore? All their boss, all that have ever worked in bank, in First Bank, they use different names, ghost loaners. They call them ghost loaners.
If I say bankers have shown JJ Pepel, you are talking from experience. It's like you have seen them.
Brother, it's not. I've been dealing with bank officials since 1995.
Because I can feel like it's from experience. The way you are talking, the way you are picking what you are talking, it's like it's from experience. This is not opinion. You know one thing, JJ, this is not an opinion, but when you are listening to Peter Obi and he said he's a banker, I bet you are so rich. They're like, what
the guy na thief. The guy na thief.
I'm just talking about you now. Hang on.
It's not different from Tinubu, it's not different from Atiku.
I'm not going to argue that, okay? I'm talking about you, sir. I said, from your experience with bankers, especially Nigeria Bank, Abi, for long. So
that is what I'm telling you now. Even UK Bank, you know, what all these white people they do, the way they are dealing with their bankers. Brother, let me now tell you, let's forget about Nigeria. Do you know that this place, do you know the reason why the CEO of banks, when they retire, they go home with big money? Because any CEO that is company employ 4,000 people. Whatever happened to that company, you are entitled to go home with as much as you can by law in UK. I'm telling you, not to talk of America. So what are they telling me? All bankers are thieves. So nobody can just tell you all those things to do and say, Obi.
And you believe that since politicians are criminals, if the politicians now says they are bankers, it's just like raised to power too. No. Red flag. Abi?
Brother, bankers and lawyers, if I have my way, I will make a law that they should never near anything called seat of power. Those two sectors, they are typical criminal.
So
look at Oshibajo now.
I know. Like the crook.
Look at Oshibajo now. Oshibajo, is he not there when they arrest him mate? Because he knows saying that you pass me now. Just before they do this thing, I make I close my eyes, make I deal with you. Now you take them do. All of them. So anyway, that's for them. For our brother Baba, our brother Baba is a former custom officer, Olubadan, before he joined senator. So what do you expect now? You carry all those people they put for Olubadan. They say now Olubadan. To not give Baba the gas money, he need to go collect some dollar with the high beside Agbadala. What do you want to talk?
That means Iwa Molumo Moshokigbe.
Oh, Robert John wants to all that. I keep both to sorry Okubo.
It is well. So awala fi ọ̀gá ọlọ́pàá jọba táwa sọ pé owó ẹ̀yìn owó àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti ń peléke ó ti ń léke nkàlẹ̀ nígboro bẹ́ẹ̀ ilẹ̀ fún olórí ilẹ̀ fi jọba.
As you were one chance, every blessed day I'm just happy. Do you know why I'm happy? Because Jegede is about to Jegede everybody. This thing we bought, the time is just we're waiting for. And I'm always praying, let the riot start. They will not throw bomb, but people will die. Because if people don't die, no, that country will never, if the country will remain united, whoever remain that time, we get sense. Some are fast, some pastors, some babalawo need to die. Brother, let's give others a chance for tonight. For the obedience, let them go.
For us, I have another caller. So I actually thought that you know what, my caller, give me a sec before we continue, please. Just 1 minute. So I have we had nearly 3,000 of us earlier, and I said that I'm going to go for a cup of tea, which I didn't go for a cup of tea. I went to get myself a can of juice. But we only have about 800 of us still who managed to drop their own offerings. Come on. I know many people you prefer to watch it on your screen, on your big TV. But you have your phones too. Where are you typing from? All of you who are commenting. Where are you typing from? You should be typing from your own device, right? So take a moment and like that video while I take my last call. Hello there.
Maiyegun, guten Abend.
Guten Abend, my brother. How are you?
I do okay, Baba. About everything. Nice program.
I know past my boundary. You know what? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing great, Baba. As in first, I want to join Ogunlowo Keno. Stumble.
Corona de titan. Social distancing like button.
After 62 years of no balancing, of rough foundation, some people are still believing that one Peter Obi will be the one who will change Nigeria. Some people still believe Tinubu called Onyo Tulu won't say, sorry, Nigeria will say Lumi. So they are going to say, okay, it's not Tulu say. But those investors, so they just sort of this is the scenario where we did that. Boyo minio, boya kolu dio, cause there's a all that I say as a community, Bolo they say, oh, so a couple. And once I go kill Peter Obi is the best. He did a lot of things in Anambra. So beaucoup de I say pé ra wa lórí wọn. Pé ra wa lórí wọn.
Jera ni o, nǹkan tó ń gbá lórí wọn lọ́wọ́ yìí kọjá àti kíní lọ. In fact,
I can't Baba, I can't just understand. After 62 years of fake promises, see, Baba, Baba, 82 years old, you Nigeria.
Wọ́n parọ́ fún ìyá mi tó fi kú ni. Èmi náà tún wá wà láyé ń sìn, màá ti bímọ. Màá tún wá join wọn, màá parọ́ fáwọn ọmọ tèmi. Ṣọ́ ń ṣe mí ni.
Could you imagine? So, ìsinyìí, nǹkan tó ń dùn mí jù tó fa ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì ọkàn fún mi, kí n má parọ́ bàbá, is tí n bá ń wò wọ́n irú Èkìtì ẹ̀ for example, báwọn youths àgbàlagbà arúgbó àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké wọ́n sì ṣe lọ ń vote pàṣẹ pariwo tó pé don't do this ẹ mọ́ tún lọ jẹ́ ìjà ọdún mẹ́rin mi àwọn ará bí yóò lè ràn yín lọ́wọ́. So that thing gives me a lot of setback in my mind like ṣé Yoruba Nation yìí ṣàlẹ̀ achieve ẹ̀gàn before 2023 pẹ̀lú ibi tọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ ń lọ yìí. Bá ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó àṣeyẹ placard àṣeyẹ billboard à ń sọ fún wọn lójoojúmọ́ báyé ń try gbogbo effort wa tó ó sì ń rí bákan bí ẹni pé wọn ò tẹ̀ rí nǹkan kan wọn ò gbọ́ kínní.
Ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ní pé season wọn lọ́wọ́ yìí àwọn tó fẹ́ lọ sóko parun yìí ṣe máa kan ló lọ sóko parun 2015 to 2019 ṣọ́kẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan 2019 ni ṣé wọ́n tún rí ní ìwẹ̀ 2019 ni. Season wọn lọ́wọ́ yìí kàn sad ni ó máa mú iṣẹ́ wa máa fi difficult sí ni ṣùgbọ́n
exactly bombshell kan ló máa túnṣe wá ṣe bombshell let me tell you one thing only bombshell first things first now yesterday ó lọ́rọ̀ ẹlẹ́rìí kan ìbò ló bá pè mí ó di ọwọ́ ọ̀rọ̀lẹ̀ ó ní pé lọ wo ZDF is like BBC TV station in UK. So ZDF in Germany is the number 2 TV station. Only there is a documentary they're about to show in Nigeria. Only for real? Okay, let me check it out. They were showing that bombardment by this killing or the Fulani, the terrorist act in what's it called? In they showed it live on a German TV station. While live on the program, our ex we can to me, I just watched because the popular TV station, before born, so everybody will TV station at that time. Yeah. So I was just marveled, like, okay, can you think blow there? I want to sing bossy, you know? But for me personally, you know, wallahi, in control to like me more by my escape election, me more. 2023, one man say, he can't know with you one day. So that I mean, wallahi, keep it conquer blow. Can't be man, me fuck, because a blow be keep on the bridge, go blow. Kí gbogbo àwọn investment Tinubu ẹ̀ kí bíi mẹ́rin tiẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́ blow kó wá bá àwọn èèyàn kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ bí wà bọ̀ kó bá àwọn èèyàn kó wá rí pé ọmọ we been hearing this thing for since ó dẹ́ pé kíní yóò lè pay wa o cause believe me mo bá ṣe máa escape the election cause you to see ẹwà àwọn adúrú crowd tó ń tẹ̀lé Tinubu ìwé tí wọ́n tó ń yọ̀ gbálẹ̀ mo wish pé kí sniper kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ra fi lórí. I'm telling you, because in Ghana, near Rollins, we eradicate one by one. Because our young man, Babi Gino, Lenny, you pay Nigeria is better than Ghana. It's anyway, they mean about Ghana compare Nigeria. Ghana is far more better progressive than Nigeria, even though we're all in the same shit hole as Africa.
To ba jẹ́ iná yẹn lásán tí Ghana ni wọ́n rí ní Nigeria di. Wàhálà ìmọ̀ èèyàn ni ò ní rán politician yìí, bàbá.
But now, just imagine right now, àwọn ọmọ wa, àwọn ẹ̀fíkò rẹ pé títí sábà kọ́ wa ní simultaneous discourse láyé ìgbà ẹ̀. Àwọn tó máa kọ́ tíṣà pé no, a tún lè lo method yìí fi sọ pé àwọn ọmọ wa ń sá lọ Ghana. Wọ́n tún wá ń sá lọ Ghana sìn lọ kàwé nígbà aṣọ yìí ti strike. Ní nǹkan kan mọ́, nothing is functioning. Foundation ti wà collapse. Tí foundation bá dẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́, kí ni yóò ṣe? Ìyọ́n máa wọlé ní process àti wọlé ẹ̀ lábí sọ́tà àbọ̀ fẹ́ lọ.
Lè build nǹkan lórí nǹkan tó ti wà 40 kí lè ń tanra yín sí báyìí.
Exactly. Baba, you wouldn't believe this. On this program tonight, there was a certain period after Odogu called from, I think, New York or somewhere around there, who, commented in English, very nice comment. Afterwards, like, someone else picked up the phone and communicated with you and was speaking pure Yoruba. On the comment section were a lot of, speak English. No, we don't understand. Speak English. Don't speak Yoruba. Was that a call with a problem with the country? And you cannot say to Sola Lay. But only Germany is German also. UK, English also. Spain, Spanish also. You have to say, look, can be Canada, what's in the French speaking area, or Swiss, one German, Italian, managing call. And we are doing the one level. Les managers, c'est possible. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá mi gan wọ́n lè ọ̀rọ̀ mi lè má jẹ wọn wọ́n bá sọ̀jì lẹ́yìn Ìbàdàn tí bá yí lọ sẹ́gbẹ́ ọ̀dọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ bí Alhaji Bàjásọ́lá. So we need our own country, we need our own sovereign states. It's very paramount. UK more. Ìjẹkújẹ àjẹkúdú jẹ́ra wọn ni wọ́n fẹ́ fi separate wa their interest. Because when my people about separate, Yorubas are too smart. We would lobby, of course, we did lobbies. Yankee one problem here is based on regional problem. And it's unsolvable because the president can go to the state to get a benefit so worry, Baomore, Bam Bambi to uncle, more Bawale, only run Walogo, more join one Nigeria, to go see that only say. Peter Obi is a lost gold, like Kolese. So I'm now just troubling ourselves going through the stress. And people will believe that one diaspora that we our governance should be. Our last support can need you. The Nigerian negotiation the Omo Badaomo, you Omo who are because they don't have the exposure. So I mean situation you to work critical, we don't have to put on more effort to get there. It will be difficult, but yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want you to know something that although sometimes it can feel so tiring. Seriously, sometimes I kind of have an anxiety once in a while. Maybe it's not a serious one, right? When I say anxiety, I'm pretty much like, how do I get on my program tonight that I'm not going to be sounding like I sounded last night? or the night before.
Yeah.
Because it can be boring too, like you said, doing something again and again and making look like, are we not just complaining? What are we doing? What are we not doing? We have been doing everything. People have been doing a lot, Abi. So the question is, what are we not doing that we should be doing? And in all of these, we get to discover all of this by watering the mind of our people every night. What I'm doing here all night is to make sure that we continue to water the mind of those who have seen the light so that they don't fall back into where they were coming from. That is a job we are doing, right? But the other part is that we're going more physical. I love the part you told me about the news from Germany, right? Somebody called and said, why are we not sponsoring people onto those major international medias where they can talk about Yoruba and they can show clips of what is going on in Yorubaland, not Nigeria, Yorubaland. How about that? You know, and I said, that's a brilliant one. One of the reasons why things have really worked out well is that lack of coordination, lack of good resources to pursue good ideas that could help promote this whole thing, right? And when you don't have the right resources, you are likely just going to be shooting blanks. We have been shooting blanks most of the time until now that we decided that we should do something. So I share in your sympathy. I mean, in your, in your concern, I have to say, Baba, I do. But at the same time, just consider what we are doing right now as one of the most vital parts. And the moment we have the resources that we should have, guess what? You know, we actually know what we want to do. Do you know that? Majority of us actually.
I know our grassroots operation has to include.
We do know what to do, but when you look at it very well, we don't have the resources to push that. The time is coming, we'll have that resources, and then you know one thing, Clement, you will be on this program. You'll be like, Maiyegun, I've been. What is going on now? You gave us update on this, give us update on that. What is the update on security? Because by then we would have things we will spend money on, and we can track progress. Or otherwise. So I share your sentiments, honestly. But we will never stop until we get to that point where we can have access to resources.
Absolutely. Because, you know, especially during this period whereby there's this social strike, it's in you can't do anything. So why do we not debate? You know, so Baba, let me just call it right. Like, I mean,
thank you so much. Make I take this my guy call because it's been on it since we started. I started taking calls, right? And I am just going to say, sir, just to make it easier for us. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, Maiyegun.
Oh, good evening to you. You know, one thing is that I have been seeing your call for the past hour. From the moment we started, and you've just not been so lucky to get picked, right? So I just spoke to my last caller, but I changed my mind. You'll be my last caller tonight. So let's make it quick, sir.
Yeah, but trust me, I just try as much as possible to call in so that
you did well.
At least I can be registered.
You did well. I've been seeing it there. You know, when I'm on another call with somebody, right? I've always been seeing just like, oh, is there still waiting? By the time that person is going to end their own conversation, you have dropped. Another person is already on the queue. By the time I take that, yours is going to pop up again. I'm like, oh, he's back again, and I don't know if I'm going to, you know. Then I saw it the last time, and I'm like, let's see if I'm going to be able to take it. And here you are, sir. So yeah, part of it as brief as you can, please. Yeah.
Thank you so much for picking up the call. Because I know I've already heard that. That's the last caller, but at least you give me an opportunity.
You didn't give up. I know. I said that's my last caller, but you didn't give up. You continue. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm just going to pretend I didn't see this. And I'm glad I took it.
Part of what I want to say,
please.
This caller before me already said at least 90% of it, which I shouldn't be able to call him, but I want to make a support to what he has said.
Please, just some addition to what he said. Good.
There's something that it just, because when I finished work, so I just got home now. So I was just thinking of something when I was coming.
Right.
So why? Because this Peter Obi stuff, you know, I tried to talk to people and we talking like, oh, Peter Obi is going to be a good candidate for Nigeria, which is going to take Nigeria to where Nigeria is supposed to be. And I give them one example that Peter Obi cannot do shit. in the essence that if we go far back to when Buhari was campaigning, we know that Buhari is supposed to solve Nigerian problem.
I mean, is there something they didn't tell us that time, Baba, when Buhari was coming? Oh, he's a former general. Oh, he fought the Matata scene in Kasina in 1984. He's somebody who is very frugal with money. He doesn't like money. Oh, in fact, he doesn't, he's not going to have a first lady office. Many things they told us. What happened to all of them today? Somebody is now going to come and tell you some things again, and me waste my life.
Maiyegun.
Baba?
Maiyegun. I just, this is one of the truths that I use to conquer the people that are supporting Peter Obi, in which they accept that, so Buhari, because if Nigeria should be better, Buhari should have made Nigeria to be better. And just imagine, Buhari make Nigeria worse more than Jonathan regime.
Honestly. Buhari
so
came,
if you are coming
people started missing Jonathan.
You're telling me about, if you are coming to me and I give up on Nigeria since Buhari doesn't make Nigeria to work. No one ever will make Nigeria to work again.
Tell them.
No one can make Nigeria to work again. Nigeria, one, it's a fraud. But something like a fraud, you try to make it better, to make it look good like, it's not a fraud. But we end up knowing that it's a fraud.
Now, which all these leaders have been doing for all these years, now 55 years, For 55 years. They are managing, they are packaging Nigeria, they are managing it. They say, we don't like ourselves. Any small thing. They will say, people have clashed there, they've killed themselves. Any small thing, fight, clash, kill themselves. But they are still managing until Buhari came. Expose everybody and say, oh boy, Nigeria don't be your country, don't deceive yourselves.
And just imagine now, Buhari is the president at the moment. And at least 99% of Nigeria, they are crying. So is that what we continue about? One of my friends went to Nigeria last 3 or 4 months.
Right.
So we talked. Could you believe the time of this railway attack?
Oh, Kaduna, Abuja railway, yeah.
This guy couldn't hear the news that I was the one that guy, please be careful because they just killed a lot of people in Kaduna, Abuja railway. He said he didn't hear anything. And I was like, you are in Nigeria. Me that I'm outside Nigeria, I can hear it. But you that you are in Nigeria, you didn't even know anything about it. And like 3 weeks ago, that was Ondo stuff.
The Owo attack.
Yeah, the Owo attack. I showed God, I called him, I said, bro, what's going on in Nigeria? Do you see how many people they call in Owo? He said, why is it that you always call me and give me anything? Because me, I didn't hear anything.
No one that they always say that we are the ones who wants to cause problem in Nigeria because they don't tell them. They don't know until 3-4 days after. Bro. So by the time they know, they just don't feel like, well, they say 3 days ago.
There was a time I was having a conversation with my sister and I was talking to her about Yoruba Nation. He said, I'm the one that first that will mention Yoruba Nation. He doesn't understand what Yoruba.
First person to mention it to her.
I said, no, we have a big problem. So for the fact that, these people in Nigeria, they already caged them. And these politicians, they are so mad in their brain. And just imagine, they say they want to off the social media. What about if they off the social media? So there will be, so even if they kill the whole Nigeria, nobody worry about it.
Now a total blackout. Well, sir, it's a serious situation, right? But you know what makes it even worse? Majority of the people who are going to be the victims of this whole nonsense, they don't even have it. They don't have a clue. They have no idea.
They have no idea. So something coming to my mind again, like because there was maybe 3 days ago, you play some clips on the program, which there was this guy in the BTR or BTS boss, which was campaigning for Obi or something. Yes. Probably maybe we also can hire a lot of people. We give them money to campaign about Yoruba Nation.
We are going to do it, sir. There's so much we're going to do. Like I said, we first we need to discover ourselves. Then we need to have ourselves together as much as possible. And then we need to see those who are really interested in not just talking about this, but they want
I swear to
to
God,
do something.
I listen to your program. I listen to your program for one reason. I listen to program because of the breaking news. Where Yoruba Nation is available. I mean, Yoruba Nation is here to stay. So I will like, when the breaking news will come,
it will be televised live like this.
Because I couldn't hear I know I will not hear the news from anywhere else.
Not
except if I'm listening to you. That
no, you won't get it from their TV. No, but guess what? When the time comes as well, they will announce it. Everybody will announce it.
Maiyegun, please, we need to do something about it.
We will do.
We need to do something. In fact, because like the other caller said that, what are we waiting for? Why is it that we keep on clamoring for one thing for every time?
And it looks like it's impossible for us to do. Everything is possible for us to do, but we cannot do it if we are apart. We need to come together like a bunch of broom, so that at least we can actually make effect. So getting us together. Somebody said something about divide and rule, and I said, if you have been reading about divide and rule in the book for a long time, now if you have grown up enough to experience what is going on politically in Nigeria and all over the place, you understand the true meaning of a divide and rule. Now I understand why a Yoruba man will be fighting another Yoruba man because of Yoruba Nation. Imagine that. That is divide and rule. When a Yoruba man will say, shut up your mouth, Yoruba Nation, call Yoruba Nation ni. Omo Yoruba, saying Yoruba Nation, call Yoruba Nation ni. What do you call that? Divide and rule. So that's what makes our job so difficult.
And there's something that it always bothers me. Like this campaign, they said Muslim and Muslim cannot rule. And which Tinubu wants to do that. He's a Muslim and his vice will be a Muslim. And they said Hausa and Hausa cannot rule. Why not? As long as they are good candidates, as long as you know that they will provide what
you and I know why now. You see why people are saying why now? Why can't they do it? You know why they can't do it? Because we don't trust ourselves.
Yes.
You cannot bring a Yoruba man and say a Yoruba man is the president, a Yoruba woman is the vice president, and then Hausa, Fulani, Igbos, they voted for them. It's not going to happen. You know why? Because we are not one. That's something they don't want to admit. They say we need, you can never win an election like that. You need to get somebody from the north. You need to get somebody from this and that and match them together, making it look like that's how to build a country so that we can, it's not a lie now.
The country that is not one.
Exactly. Because the country is not one. No. They are just pretending to make it look like one.
Abuja president and Abuja vice president should be able to rule Nigeria. But they will never make it possible. So why are we lying to ourselves?
It's not going to happen. Forget it. Yoruba man, see, they are even talking about an Igbo. Okay, now, if a Yoruba man is the president, and then a Fulani man is the vice president, on the back, at the back end there, even if they don't say it publicly, they are waiting for that Yoruba man to just die, Jare, make this Fulani man be president, Jare. Do you know how many people who are praying and waiting for the breaking news that Buhari will be dead, so that they can swear in Oshimaju and he can be president? As a Yoruba man, they can say, yeah, Yoruba man is the president. You get what I mean now? Do you know how many people who are praying for Buhari to actually die and confirm and Oshimaju can be? And they are not doing it because of anything, no, because he's a Yoruba man. There are people like that. Do you get that now?
Yeah, that's
so tomorrow, and that's one Nigeria lies. So tomorrow, when if Tinubu become their president, and they bring one Hausa or Fulani man from the north, you see those ones who come from his own tribe too, they will be praying. This Tinubu, they be like, say, go soon die. May he die, Jeremy, our man, become president. May he die, Jeremy. You know what I mean? What kind of a country is that? And that's what they say, but they pretend and lie when it's in public. They say, I don't say that in public. I'm Morawa Baje. I don't want to be part of that hateful contraption. I would rather compete with my own brothers and sisters in Yorubaland. We'll fight, tear ourselves apart about leadership and everything. So you get without me being subjected to an arrangee one country that is not one, but we can pretend it's one by merging things that never works for the interest of the people. That's what we are rejecting, Baba.
Yes.
That's what we are rejecting.
And you see, people die like 2-3 weeks ago, and now they're having a party.
They don't care.
Is that so? For you to know that they already cage them. Even for the people that they are in that party, they don't know what's happening in Norway.
They do. They know what is happening in our war. They don't care. That's the point. They don't care. The elites know now. But they're not the ones going there to go and pay condolences. Many of them have been there paying condolences. They know.
And they don't realize that what happened to them in Norway can also happen to them in Lagos State.
Well, they don't believe it's going to happen to them. Because you know why? You know why, sir? I did something this afternoon and I made the analogy of, what do you call it, of a Titanic ship when it was sinking. The people underneath, the people in the middle, and then the people at the top, right? You see, Nigeria is like a Titanic ship right now. The people at the top of Titanic, they are the last people to feel that the ship is going to sink. Number one, they never believe it was going to sink. There are owners of Nigeria today who don't believe that no matter what happened in Nigeria, Nigeria is never going to break up. There are people who believe that strongly, seriously. But like Titanic, when the people that are the poor people who are managing or steering the ship of Nigeria, when the water submerged them, consumed them, you see the people in the middle class, especially those ones that says they work here and work there and they are pretending to be the middle class and the rest, pretending that what is going on is not affecting them too much. They will be next. By the time the whole ship is sinking, you see those elites that are pretending, hosting parties when people are being killed, people are being kidnapped. They are jumping here and there, hosting dinners, parties, chieftaincy, and all of that. They will be the last to sink. And they will be the last to acknowledge it. They know something is going on. It's just a matter of time, Baba. A matter of time.
It's just so sad. Thank you so much, Maiyegun. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure. Have a good one, sir. Bye-bye. Nice one. And thank you very much, every one of us who participated in tonight's conversation. I love making my phone calls conversational, make it look like we are having a chat and all of that. And that's the fun part of it. Our time is fast spent, and I appreciate your time that you spent with me tonight. So don't leave without dropping your offering. Your offering is your like, which is to show that you are here. Like the video, share it, and then subscribe onto Maiyegun's Diary Politico if you haven't. And when I see you next time, it is going to be either continuation of where we are stopping now or something different entirely that will also be interesting. I'll see you some other time. Thank you so much, all my super chatters, all my callers, all my commenters, even those who don't agree with me all the time. I appreciate your time anyway. You're still going to join me next time, won't you? Even though you don't really agree with me, you're still going to have to join me. Every time you spend with me tonight, I appreciate every bit of it, every second of it. Valuable. So I'm going to see you some other time. So like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.